on this episode of Open Homes. A home with the ocean in its backyard.
This is my favourite backyard ever.
Is this a new level of luxury?
This kitchen is a $200,000 kitchen.
Dave shows us what he did over the summer.
This is the party part.
At the end of the show, I take a tour of this stunning home on the Gold Coast that includes a bedroom with a garden. Bit of gardening in the bedroom.
Yeah, that's right.
Come with us as we step inside. First up, we got the dream team back together and sent them to Pearl Beach, a 90-minute drive north of Sydney.
Pearl Beach, I'm already excited.
It is a pearler, mate. It is a beautiful location, but I've got a bit of a surprise for you here because you've got beautiful homes around here. It's an area that's going under transition. The beach is to die for. You are going to love this, and I know you're excited by all of this bush and all of this planting. You know, this home is all about architecture, but of course, this one beautifully connects with the landscape as well.
Well, look at that.
How's that for an entry?
That's good. It's not good, it's great. James, Pearl Beach, mate. I hear you're somewhat of a local here, mate. Tell me about the area.
Well, I am a local because I've been coming here for years, and we've actually got a place at Umina, which is the next beach. So we're on the Central Coast. We're just north of Sydney. It's about an hour's drive to get here, so it's a beautiful location. It's an area that's changing a lot because it's going from these little shacks, these holiday places, and it's quiet area. It's great for surfing, great for fishing, and now it's a space where a lot of people are living, and these small shacks, these older homes are getting turned into larger family homes, and that's exactly what the owners have done here.
Well, just looking at the house and the garden, there's a lot of sustainability that I'm already seeing.
Well, I reckon you must love that. I mean, the integration here, it's a beautiful location. We're like surrounded by all the bush here. It's a little enclave. And of course, that connection with the bush, with the wildlife, you know, we just had a flock of cockatoos go past a second ago. It's a really beautiful location. What do you think of the landscape?
Well, when you say flock of cockatoos, it sounds like us two talking at the moment, mate. Well, I'm going to say you're very excited and we're only at the front yard.
Yep.
Are you going to get more excited when we get in the house?
Possibly. That's what I tend to do.
Let's go have a look, mate. James, I got to say, looking at this, I've been doing a lot of filming with you and with Open Homes Australia, but this has got to take the cake. This is my favourite backyard that I've seen ever.
I mean, it's quintessential Australian. I think when you go overseas, everyone thinks we all live this lifestyle and they see Summer Bay, which is funny, 5 minutes away that way. It is an amazing location, and just the sound of the waves and the smell of the salt air, it's a beautiful location, and you can see why the homeowners have decided to call it home.
You know what? I'm lost for words. Let's talk about layout right here, mate.
Well, you've essentially got a three-storey home. So what's interesting, from the front, we walk in on street level. We've got a bedroom downstairs, a powder room and the laundry, which is a great utility space. You then come up these beautiful stairs to this open-plan living area, and this is obviously made to spend most of the time. You've got a beautiful connection with the dining and the lounge and the kitchen.
Now, let's talk some detail here. Now, I'm looking at these cantilevered steps here. They have implemented the timber. It does soften it a bit, doesn't it?
It does. So you naturally are drawn towards that timber because it's such a beautiful element from outside that's been brought in. So on the front of the house, we've got the aluminium printed product with giving us the timber because it's so easy to maintain. Inside here, they've gone for spotted gum. You know, such a popular Australian timber. It's got the beautiful tones and the variation. By having that open riser, it connects beautifully through here. So you can see the light that just floods through, and also that airflow. So it feels nice to be in here. It's a high-end home, but it feels also very grounded and warm and welcoming, which I think is important for an Australian home.
James, I got to say, waking up to this view every day, it's pretty much like you're living in heaven, isn't it?
Why would you want to get out of bed, mate? I mean, with a view like that and the sound... I do know the homeowners thought about this because they put the bedroom on this side, the master suite. They've got the tree there to be able to provide some shade, and then they look straight down along the length of the beach. And how nice is the natural light? You've got that large sliding glass door, but a highlight above the bed as well to capture light from all sides. So it just feels nice to be in here.
Looking at the bath, I don't know if it's big enough for the two of us to jump in. Okay, it is a PG-rated show, so you don't want to see that. But I've got to say, sitting in there, looking out to the beach again, it just keeps gravitating to the beach.
I think that beautiful connection between inside and out, that's something that they've achieved so well in this house, and it's important to understand good architecture. You usually don't understand until it's been done wrong, the missed opportunities. And we've got the views up there to that. You can see that rocky ridgeline there in the beautiful bush that wraps around this site. You've got that wave and the connection, and sometimes you don't understand that from a simple line drawing. It's the look and feel of the space.
I was going to say, that sounds really romantic there. It's like The Notebook here, with everything flowing and everything like that. I want to say it as a landscaper. I'll just be sitting here with a beer, mate, looking at the view. All right?
Yeah, looking at all the planting. So it's all about the obvious connection from outside to in with this home. And even though it might feel like a private beach, this is a public one. It's just that the connection makes it feel like it's all yours.
Well, I got to say, I was trying to listen to you, but I'm actually mesmerised with what's around me here. We've got like a little cove there, got the beautiful rock cliff right over there, and the beach right in front of us, and this stunning house from Gramo Homes. And I've got to say, I'll take my hat off to them, because generally when you're doing a backyard like this, they want to cut everything up, and you know what? They've just taken this view in and they've simplified everything. You know, one thing that does stand out? Just this chair here. I mean, this is something that you walk out to. I could see myself here morning and night, just sitting there, taking all of this in. Beautiful grass. What else do you want in the Australian backyard?
Next up, Beck is in Woollett, about 45 minutes north of the Melbourne CBD. If you're partial to a bit of luxury, you're going to love this.
What an entrance. This amazing project by Sing Homes is a luxury masterpiece. As soon as I walked in, the first thing I noticed was these New York marble floors. What an amazing detail. I love that you walk into this grand void. There's just so much detail to take in here. I can't wait to see the rest. The more I look around, the more detail I see. There's beautiful detail in these recessed skirts, all the black trimmings, the steel frame doors. All of the walls are cladded in a beautiful mitered tile. It just screams luxury. Now, kitchens sell homes, and Sing Homes have spared no expense in this one. This kitchen is a $200,000 kitchen, and everywhere you look, there is something to take in. This here is an integrated range hood that pops out of the marble. I feel like this really is the heart of the home, and when you're standing in this space, you can take in all the other beautiful aspects that make this an entertainer's delight. Even when you look up, they've done a reverse coffered ceiling and recessed the lighting inside. What that does is it creates a mood at night time when there's no natural light and task lighting's off, adding to a beautiful party entertainer's feel. Now, I love a sunken lounge. It's a classic design feature that will never date. In this lounge area, Sing Homes have done a really beautiful job in mixing materials and finishes. This gorgeous feature marble wall where they've actually book matched the marble. And what that means is the vein continues through, adding to the volume of the space. We're surrounded by all this glazing, and it's got beautiful filtered light with these sheer curtains, which again creates an ambience in here. Sing Home's Brighton residence has 5 bedrooms, all with their own adjoining walk-in robes and en-suites. Now, what they've done here is they've created all the en-suites differently, using different materials to be a little bit creative and give them their own personality. Now, this master suite really does feel like a retreat. There's so many gorgeous details to take in here. It feels really warm and inviting. We've got the bed on this timber platform, the gorgeous chevron flooring, the custom bed head, the fireplace, the marble details, even the ceilings clad in timber. If this doesn't scream hotel feel, then I don't know what does. So here we are in the master ensuite, and all I can see is marble. We've got a 4-person spa, a shower that easily could fit probably 4 people in there, and that walk-in robe, there is a spot for all your handbags and your shoes and more. It's a girl's dream. The focus on the design of this home was all around entertaining. From that wraparound pool which carries through around that lounge area into this entertainment space, there's multiple zones where you can sit and entertain guests. There's subtle references out here which really tie the indoors and the outdoors together. The beautiful pattern on the flooring out here matches the master bedroom. I love that they've also carried the marble look through that barbecue area. From the marble floors to the void areas, that master suite and that amazing kitchen, this home is a real showcase of what a luxury build should be.
Up next, Dave tours this summer showstopper. Next up, Dave is in Ashburton, a southeast suburb of Melbourne. On a spectacular sunny day like this, there's nowhere better to be than outside by the pool.
Well, today's an exciting day here. The sun is out. We've got Dan, our main designer from Franklin, coming out here to talk all things design. But I do got to say, pool and landscape package here, absolutely stunning. Well, Dan, this is a little bit different. You're out of the office, mate. Normally, you're head of design for Franklin Landscapes. Today, you're here to tell us about this job. Talk us about the process, about how you design this.
Oh, thanks, Dave. I guess on day one, we came in here and there was an existing landform back here that sort of was raised up because of the site level. So we thought, well, if the house is here, it would be great to have water flowing over, and the client fell in love with that idea on day one.
OK, so let's talk about the paving here. We've got what they call silver grey granite here, and we've got limestone for the herringbone. Your idea, it was an absolute nightmare to lay, but anyway, good result. But why are we doing herringbone?
Well, the idea about it is, as this job grows, obviously the plants are going to soften it up, but in the short term, we thought it'd be nice to use a hardscape material, soften the overall look as the job really matures.
So Dan's got this thing for herringbone. I don't know why, but I think he just loves to see the pain of us trying to lay this. So everything along here has to be mitered and everything like that. But let's just say this took longer to pave this than all the paving in the whole house. So again, I don't know why he keeps doing it here, but again, the texture, it looks great. Well, I do got to say, my guys spent hours just doing the daybed to mitre that, to do everything there. I think Isaac spent at least 2 weeks just fiddling around with that one. So thanks for that.
Yeah, no worries. I'd almost go as far as saying that's my favourite detail on the whole job, is having that daybed float over the pool and seeing the herringbone wrap down and follow the same angle back.
Yeah. This is the party part, OK? This is for the kids to come up here, spend their time on the daybed here, roll out across the urban turf grass here, look back at the pool here, sit in the beach area here, have a couple of cocktails. This is the part that I love. You know what else is great here on this job here? And that's the synthetic turf here. And I know both of us, we love growing real turf, but in an area like this that is this small, dogs, use, everything, and obviously you've got to walk through here up to the top area where the beach area is. You can also say the urban turf that you got here is probably one of the best turfs on the market, but it just suits his backyard.
And one of my favourite things about it is, you know, when I'm here at the bar and walking past the pool and you jump in and you just big splash, it doesn't matter. The grass isn't going to get affected.
No, so we're all saying it's a yes for us.
I'd say yes, yes.
Now let's talk entertainment. Fireplace. Now you're saying that this is one of the best features, you know, like you love the daybed. Look, I'm a sucker for a fireplace over here. Old red bricks, okay, polished cement. Also got the barbecue area here with the egg, which is probably the heaviest thing we've ever had to carry in, okay? But pretty much it's set up, it's simple, but it's got enough for everyone to entertain in, hasn't it?
Yeah, that's right. And there's enough space to have a dining table in the middle. There's enough space to have lounging furniture around the fireplace. Like, it's an entertainer's dream. There's a bar over here, so you can be standing at the barbecue and your buddies are here at the bar watching you and giving you lots of criticism or critiques.
I don't think there'll be any criticism for this backyard, because I do got to say, this backyard powers punch, you know, like you walk around the backyard here and you just go, wow. You wouldn't expect it because, you know what, it's an old red brick, as you can see here, so sort of yesteryear house, meeting a bit of modern, getting the fusion together, it does work, doesn't it?
And using the granite with the red bricks, the colours go together so well, it was a no-brainer.
Let's go through this plant in here.
All right, so across the back, we've got some Ligularia reniformis.
So, can you say that again on the camera for me?
Ligularia reniformis.
Well, I just say Ligularia.
Yeah, we've got some tractor seat plants across the back.
Yep.
And what we've got some vertical wires that are going to grow the star jasmine up. So that's really going to give the fragrance to the backyard as that grows.
Dan, good to get out of the office for you today. Obviously, being the head designer at Franklin Landscapes, I've got to say this job is absolutely amazing.
Thank you.
But on that note, you've got a lot of work, so best you get back to the office.
All right, on to the next banger.
Now we can finally reveal this spectacular house in Palm Beach on the Gold Coast. This house makes a beautiful first impression with all those vines and greenery. It's got a sort of oasis vibe. Was that what you were going for?
Yeah, we definitely wanted like a standout entrance, something a little bit different to the ordinary. We wanted people to kind of be wowed as they sort of walk through the entrance and just sort of set the tone for the rest of the house, really.
It's a narrow site, obviously quite deep. Does that present any challenges with both design and building a space like this?
It definitely provided some issues practicality-wise, which we worked with Jason and overcame quite quickly. It's hard on narrow sites. If it's done incorrectly, it does feel tight. But I think what we've achieved has given the overall presence of a decent-sized footprint house.
And talk to me about the design process. You used Jason Pate as the building designer.
Yeah, so it was the first time working with Jason. Since then, we've done more, but from our initial consultation, Jason was, so easy to work with, and we really narrowed down the design. And then, me and my wife took care of the interiors.
So the most challenging part of this site is that it's 10-metre wide site, which means having duplexes side by side, we're really only working with 5 metres per duplex. We always wanted to create a facade that had wow factor. I think this is achieved by the high-level pool with glass front, the high-level planters, and also the tall, high-pitched coastal sort of themed roof.
Well, I've never seen anything quite like this. This is real jungle vibes.
Yeah, it's a bit different, isn't it?
Yeah. Was this your idea?
Yeah, it was actually.
Okay, I'm impressed because I love plants, but they scare me a little bit because I wouldn't think I could keep them alive, especially like this. You've done very well.
Yeah, thank you. It's all irrigated, you know, and we honestly don't have to really do much of it. Set it up right at the start.
Yeah.
It sort of does its thing, and
Yeah.
a bit of trimming here and there. And
Yeah. Bit of gardening in the bedroom.
yeah, that's right.
If you're lying in your bed, you're actually able to see the ocean, which is pretty spectacular.
Yeah, and we actually moved the bed to capture that view, so you know you can open your eyes and check the surf in the morning. And we also actually added a surf deck window to the shower.
The master bedroom in particular is one of the showpieces of the home. There's high-level glass above planter boxes to let a lot of morning sun in. We've also used a fixed glass panel above the entry door to allow the light from the skylights in the hallway to come back through to the master too. So some of the coolest elements that were added to the design through the build were actually stumbled across as we went. At frame stage, we found a couple of window locations that would be surf check windows from the shower. Also a roof cavity that we turned into a cubby house for kids.
You've actually managed to successfully fit a lot into a narrow space and do it without feeling like you're trying to squish it all in. It's beautiful. I love the finishes and I love the layout. I love the quality of light. You've done a beautiful job.
Thank you very much.
Thanks for watching. We hope you found some inspiration looking through these incredible homes and gardens. We certainly have. For more on the homes and behind the scenes, check out our Instagram and Facebook. See you next time for more Open Homes. On this episode of Open Homes, we head to the country to check out Camelot.
My favourite part is that gallery wall. I feel like it just tells a story.
Jimmy is in Adelaide to see this gem. A modern home with fresh interiors. And at the end of the show, I take a tour of this ultra-sustainable home, lovingly designed and built in the Gold Coast hinterland.
This is such an interesting facade. It's not your average Gold Coast home, is it?
Come with us as we step inside. First up, Beck and Dave take a trip to Gisborne, about an hour's drive northwest of Melbourne. They're here to check out Camelot, the original homestead of the block Tree Change.
Well, Beck, welcome to Camelot. And we've got to say Camelot because of Scotty Cam. That's how we got the name.
Is that how he named it?
That's how he named it. So what do you think? We've got a grand entrance, but first impressions, what do you think of the landscape?
Oh, amazing. A bit muddy,
Yeah.
but you know, look, you can't control the weather, but I think it's beautiful.
Yeah.
Look, this for me, obviously when I did the block, we did apartments. So
Yep.
I've come here thinking like the scale of this place for the contestants would have been so tricky. And even to navigate for you to
Yep.
work out the landscaping would have just been such a big task. So well done.
Well, they do say biggest block ever, every year.
Every year.
But it literally is the biggest block
This
ever.
one is the biggest one
Yeah.
by
Well,
far.
Well, there's a bit of history on this house right here, and this is actually the original farmhouse, okay? So it started with this, and this was 70 acres through here, so they've split it all up.
Wow.
So there's other 5 10-acre blocks up there, but right here is the original farmhouse. So, as you can see, this is the old part of the house here. Now, when we arrived here, I've got to say, this was absolutely falling apart. There was hardly any veranda. There was virtually nothing left, so they've had to rebuild this. So it does have that old world charm, as you would say.
I really love it, and I love all the traditional accents, but my favourite part is that gallery wall with all of those original news clippings and bits and pieces. I feel like it just tells a story. I think this is a great transition to how they've done the LED strip inset into where the new part of the house starts. I thought that was a bit creative as well, but I do love all that shiplap. I love all of the timber flooring. I love the cladding. I love how that's carried through even through the bathrooms as well. It does have that real old world charm, but it's really interesting to see how that carries through into this new section and how they can make that work together cohesively. When you walk through that new part of the house, that transition from the timber to the brick, and then walking through that hallway past the bedrooms and the bathrooms into this grand entryway into this lounge area, that fireplace is just amazing. I would want to sit here. Like, you don't even really want to sit in front of a TV. Like, you kind of want to enjoy this section. So I think it's really impacting. I also really love the kitchen layout. I think it's really beautiful, and I also think it's quite functional. So having that island bench cut through the centre like that with that timber, even though it's quite chunky and heavy, it works really well. And it's a real functional space for someone that likes to cook.
So, Beck, that's the old house, that's the new house, but I do have something that is exciting. It's the first done in Australia 3D printed house, and it's right over here.
I don't even know what that is, 3D printed house.
Well, I didn't know what it was until I saw it, but let me take it over there and I'll show you. Let's do it, come on. Australia's first 3D printed house.
Well, I had no idea what you were talking about before, but now that we're standing in here, I think it's amazing. Oh, explain it to me. How did it work?
Okay, so basically it's like this. The way I can explain it, it was like a big sausage gun, as you can see here. It looks like ropes of cement, and basically it goes around and it layers on layers and layers and layers and layers until it gets to the top. And this is all done by computer. So the positioning of this was obviously to have an entrance out this door, straight into the entrance, straight into the spa.
Well, I think it's wonderful, and I think that, I mean, you've done a fantastic job on this landscaping. It's a lot of ground to cover, but this outlook, looking out to that pool with those beautiful trees, it's just stunning.
This one here was obviously, again, we went through a lot of different designs, okay? So we've got to do a bit of new and a little bit of old. And what we've done there is that we've actually used all the actual stonework that's been here since the 1800s here. Wow. And we've taken that, used that as a featured back wall. Yeah. And you can sort of see as we've sort of cobbled the walls down there, and then you see the new part with the render. So that's where the old meets new. We've got basically what we could say is a big round spa there, which overflows into the pool. And all these beautiful olive trees that sit in that basically frame the whole pool there. All in all, I know it's raining today, Beck. We just need some sun now.
Exactly. Great job, though. It looks beautiful.
I've just got to finish my house now.
The house, it's like a never-ending story.
Let's not even talk about it. Let's forget my house, all right? So.
Next up, Jimmy heads to Brighton, a beachside suburb in Adelaide, to see a coastal gem.
Today I'm here in Brighton, in Adelaide's coastal fringe, to visit an architecturally designed house that from the facade will capture you and you will not be able to take your eyes off it. This house, straight from the onset, looking at it, is got so many features and such an organic feel. How did you guys come about and execute this job?
Oh, look, we've got some great homeowners here. Really gave us a terrific brief to have an entertaining house. It's a really coastal, clean atmosphere down here. So they've got views of both the Adelaide Hills, and then they can see the ocean from the front. And they wanted all natural materials. So you'll see the rammed earth throughout the home, steel, our really cool glass bridge, which is the first for us.
Well, I can't wait to see the rest of it, mate, so let's go in and have a look. Mate, as a tradesman, I always look at the build and what's involved in a build. And I mean, I can see this rammed earth. There's so much work involved in that. Yeah. And then we've got this butterfly ceiling up there. I'm sure the chippies and the plasterers weren't happy with that design.
Yeah, absolutely love me for the double rake butterfly roof. But it just allowed us to get more high-level windows, more openings in the house, and just a bit of relief on what can be a compressive element, that just straight raked roof.
Well, it looks amazing. And I mean, you've started to bring in the curves up here as well in the kitchen, and then this timber batten wall. I mean, it's taking those sharp edges of the rammed earth away and bringing in that nicer curved feel.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's a big space, but it's not huge. So just taking off some edges just relaxes the feel of the home. It's a little bit more coastal as well. We're trying to find an industrial edge with our home, with plenty of natural materials, and those curves really soften it.
And when you say coastal, I mean, we've got coastal, we've got industrial, we've got some mid-century furniture. It's all sort of a mix, but it all works perfectly in the same space.
Yeah, it's actually quite a simple palette in the end. There's timber, some black steel and black joinery, and then there's the rammed earth, which I would like to think is the showpiece, but it's each to their own.
Well, Alan, I think we've touched on a lot of the natural features, but when we step back into the design and the actual fix out of the house, we're talking about this batten timber with the black backdrop. I mean, it really creates a nice effect. And then we've got the two-tone island bench, which I think looks great. You've got the timber breakfast bar, but then your working space is stone.
Yeah, it's zoned off. I mean, there's party at one end and you can work down the other. The black kitchen's recessive, so it's not taking over the space, but it shows off that beautiful bit of stone that we've brought over from Melbourne.
The master suite, I mean, it's the epitome of a well-designed house. I mean, everyone that designs their own home or has professional help from it really wants emphasis on the master suite, and that one in there is nailed to a T. I mean, it's got that coastal feel, it's got that beautiful lush carpet, then we walk through the walk-in robe into an outstanding ensuite.
Yeah, mate, look, we're trying to separate with that amazing bridge. It's the first time we've done, we absolutely love putting that together. It separates them from their day-to-day life. They're both busy people, the clients. Then they've got that amazing view through that picture window to the ocean. Yeah. They wake up to that, they read books in that little alcove.
And I can see going into that ensuite, you've taken the curves in there as well with the shaving cabinet and the vanity, you know, just trying to keep everything nice and cohesive throughout the house.
Yeah, that's it. We sort of think of it overall. We try and bring everything through not as a theme, but, you know, as an aesthetic.
Mate, I absolutely love this entertaining area. I mean, it's got everything you need. We've got a pizza oven, a lap pool, another barbecue area. We've already got one upstairs. Now we've got one down here, a nice preformed concrete sitting area. I mean, there is nothing you could add to this space. A nice bit of grass for the kids or the dogs. I mean, it's perfect.
Yeah, look, it flows through right from the entry. We're trying to funnel all the guests through here, the kids. They have people, 20, 30 people out here every weekend. So it's a resort lifestyle for them, and they love it.
And I think standing back here as well, we can really take in the architecture of the house with all of the big windows and seeing, you know, we're facing away from the ocean at the moment, but if you can picture all of those windows there, they're looking out at that view. It really gives you a really good perspective of the house and the design.
Yeah, totally. We're trying to get some depth in the home back here. The light and sun and shadow does come across the back of this home.
Yeah.
So it's important to get some mood back here. You don't want it overbearing to what is an open plan sort of outdoor area. And we've got decking to soften it. The polished concrete's brilliant, it's hard wearing. We poured that initially with the first slab. So to protect that throughout the build was a real challenge, but we got there.
Well, Al, you guys have really hit this one out of the park. I mean, from the start, seeing that rammed earth, the concrete, the steel, the curves. I mean, it's such a beautiful house that's so cohesive from front to back. And I think the homeowners, you can tell they already love it.
Yeah, they're fantastic. They've been living in here for a year now. Very little complaints from them. We've just tried to make a home that's not overly huge. It just uses the spaces that we've created for them properly. So there's not extra rooms in this house. It's just using the volume we've got.
Next up, Beck is in Doncaster, an outer northeast suburb of Melbourne.
So Damien, Doncaster.
Yes.
This is a nice area.
Thank you. Yeah, we're in the eastern suburbs of Melbourne here, and it's all about sort of gum trees and local flora and fauna and all that sort of thing. So welcome. This is the Graphico house, where every room has a wallpaper in it.
I love that. It's almost like artwork, isn't it, really?
Art on the walls, exactly right. And it's often mixed with traditional artwork too.
Now, talk me through the layout, because this feels like a really comfortable townhouse. And the bathrooms are really decent in size, the bedrooms are decent in size, and you've got that beautiful greenery in that sort of like courtyard bit out the back. It doesn't feel small, it feels quite generous.
Yeah, look, it's been pretty well designed. The spaces are all really livable. The way that the builder has designed the place and the architect designed in a way that a family can live here really comfortably. And even though it's not an enormous block, the actual living spaces are generous and you don't feel cramped.
I also feel like the material selections are really pared back and simple, but it works because you've gone and jazzed it up with all of the Graphico wallpapers. So I like even the cabinetry, just soft kind of tones. The kitchen's got soft tones. The bathroom, just one simple tile. But I feel like it works so well with all the walls being decorated.
Thank you. Yeah, look, this was a blank canvas walking in here. Everything was just white. And then we sort of went to town with the wallpapers. So we had a lot of fun with this property, sort of showcasing a product in each room. We tried to keep everything sort of simple and then let the art and the wallpapers do the talking.
Talk me through the decision of putting the map when you come up the stairs. I love that. It's really funky, but it kind of makes you want to stop and take in, you know, everything that's sort of, you know, on the walls.
Yeah, vintage Melbourne map. It's a really popular design. It's an old 50s map of Victorian electoral districts. I love it because it celebrates the area, and what we've designed here is we've taken parts of Melbourne that relate to the owner. So it's about where they live, and they've got their whole life on that map. And it's exactly what you said. It's a talking point. You walk upstairs and you can point out, you know, that's my house, that's my mum's house, that's Nonna's house, and that's all that sort of thing. The great talking point.
Wallpaper is a great alternative to artwork. Not only is it visually impacting, but it's also cost effective and really easy to change up. This kid's space is a great example of that. Not only does it feel like an oasis in here, but it's also a great space to spark creativity. I think you've done an amazing job, and you can tell that you're quite passionate about it, but I think the product speaks for itself, and I think that you've you know, really nailed what you've done in this house in particular, but I've seen what you've done even for clients and on the block, and it's pretty amazing. And I think it's a nice way to kind of pave, you know, some change in terms of interior design and what you can do to kind of, you know, add a bit of personality to a space. So well done.
Exactly. Thank you very much.
Up next, we can finally reveal this ultra-sustainable home in the Gold Coast hinterland. Finally, we can reveal this super sustainable house in Currumbin waters, just 15 minutes inland from the Gold Coast's beautiful beaches. When sustainability is at the forefront of a renovation or build, it's always going to come with more design considerations and sometimes a few challenges. But this home in the Gold Coast hinterland will show you why it's always worth it.
This is such an interesting facade. It's not your average Gold Coast home, is it?
No, it's definitely a one-of-a-kind design architecturally. It was great working with PTMA Architecture on this one in the Gold Coast hinterland, and it sort of encompasses the aspect of such a long and large home with lots of glass and glazing, but very private. Having that goal of being carbon neutral, which it will achieve in both its design, the build method, and also over the life cycle of the building, is quite a exciting achievement at the end of a project.
And I also love to see in a landscape such as this, where you want the trees and the greenery to do the talking, a nice dark facade, because I feel like when they're really bright and white, you sort of lose that impact a little bit.
Very much so. I think Hanna & Co Design have been great in the choices that they've used alongside the architect, PTMA Architecture, by just having a darker style roof. Like this is one of the most sustainable choices you can make in a roof. It's from VM Zinc. It's a beautiful colour, and the whole entire roof and the rear facade and some of the front is all like custom folded and pressed. So it's just the material being used with the build method. And so you get a beautiful, sustainable, long-term, 100-year lifespan on a roof that will just patina and age over time. And it's beautiful, like not one fixing, quite a craftsmanship to actually put in place.
We wanted a really beautiful, luxury Gold Coast home that didn't kind of look like your classic eco houses. We wanted it to look like a unique and different house and yet have really good sustainable credentials.
We've been able to achieve a 9.1 Energy Star rating, still incorporated in a dark roof, which sounds really out of the box, but having energy efficient windows of like double glazing, thermally broken frames from the outside to the inside, the roof, even though being dark, there's so much insulation and air gap in it and mechanical ventilation that goes into it where it naturally cools itself. And I guess that's the whole entire goal for Sean and Christiana, is to bring in sustainability and sort of encourage others that it's not an easy road. There's definitely challenges in this build over the 2-year period, but it can be achieved sustainably and beautifully as well.
Well, this is a super interesting layout. There's a real blurring between indoors and outs. Talk me through where I am.
Right now on the You Are Here map scenario is we're in the courtyard, which is such a beautiful space. It brings the outside in on both the front elevation of the home onto that turfed outdoor area, and then also to the rear of the home, connecting it to the pool area. So we're in between both pavilions, one being the master with a beautiful loft facing the nature reserve, and then the other side behind us being the kitchen, living, guest bedroom, and another loft facing in the other aspect. So it's a great central area, which is very open and very breezy. So you don't need to cool it, don't need to heat it as much. And it has a beautiful ambience around it.
It is a hot Gold Coast day, I can confirm.
Yes.
But I'm feeling very good where I'm standing. So how many bathrooms, how many bedrooms?
So 2 bathroom, 3-bedroom, including the master. We have an upstairs office loft area on one pavilion and a really cool games room loft on the other.
Very cool.
Yes.
And not many homes have a specific games room.
No.
So was this a knockdown rebuild?
Almost to that point. It started off with wanting to work with the existing structure on the block itself. We ended up keeping the fireplace, which is in this courtyard, being restored, and all the roof trusses. But as soon as we pulled off the gyprock sheeting, it had probably the worst termite damage I've seen in my building career, where the gyprock was almost holding the home up. So the design changed slightly, but the build method definitely did a 180 on, okay, how do we approach this in a sustainable way, but rebuild the home, incorporating the existing slab. So the whole entire layout's been designed on the existing slab, which I think is really clever.
Yeah.
Because we're not transferring all that carbon and embodied energy just to create a new structure. We're actually using what's here.
So the house has a mission. We really wanted to show people that you don't need to compromise on what you think is beautiful or aesthetically pleasing. You can have that form and still have sustainable functionality. So that was part of it. And it's orientated the wrong way. So to get 9.1 is amazing. And I think it's probably one of the most sustainable houses on the Gold Coast. I don't know anyone else that would have this level.
You've got to talk me through the inclusion of the pond.
That was debated multiple times during construction. Is it happening, is it not? And I think the result, and I feel that just adds to the space of having some natural running water, almost like a dry creek bed, right outside this beautiful sitting room off the master.
Yeah.
And it's really calming.
It's so calming. I could almost
calming.
go to sleep. But it's visually as well. It's not just the sound, but visually it's very calming. It's just nice to be able to see water.
Thanks for watching. We hope you found some inspiration looking through these incredible homes and gardens. We certainly have. For more on the homes and behind the scenes, check out our Instagram and Facebook. See you next time for more Open Homes. On this episode of Open Homes, this stunning coastal home in Narrabeen, some French provincial luxury, a home taking full advantage of its environment. And wait till you see this epic modern ranch just 20 minutes inland from the Gold Coast beaches.
We did move the house and shuffled it around here, there and everywhere, just picked up this beautiful gum tree, which we never knew was there until we cleared the site and went, wow.
Come with us as we step inside. First up, James is in Sydney's northern beaches.
Welcome to Narrabeen here on the northern beaches of Sydney. Now behind me is Lake Narrabeen and just over there is Narrabeen Beach, famous for surfing. We're about to meet renowned local builder Paul from Peninsula Homes. I can already get a glimpse of a very good looking home, so join me now as we take a walk through. Paul, I've got to say I love the facade, the combination of that horizontal line with the cladding and the white trim of the windows. And that really nice soft grey with a darker line on the gutter. A bit of thought's gone into this. It's a nice fresh take, but it still feels a bit traditional. Yep. Was this your concept or was this a drive from the clients?
Well, that was our concept. So Monique came to us and didn't want a cookie cutter home.
Yep.
And what we do is consider the things that we do. So we consider not just the finishes that the client sees, but also where the windows look out, what view you get, where the sun comes in the winter, shade in the summer. Yeah. All those things are considered, and that's what the client really wanted.
We're here at the coast, but we also deal with extremes of temperature. Now, people forget good old Aussie homes were raised off the ground to be able to have airflow underneath. So even though that's on a concrete slab, this has been built to deal with possible water issues, but it's also allowing beautiful airflow underneath. So that also must have a great energy benefit as well.
Well, it does help, but it also, not just underneath, but the higher you are up, the better airflow you get through the actual house as well. So it works on that front.
Well, we've got a great feel out here. I can already see this play on some really nice planting and native landscape.
isn't it?
You've got sandy soils, a nice texture on the driveway, but I'm aching to get inside. So, Paul, we've come straight upstairs here and I can already feel the benefit of this beautiful location. That breeze is just wafting through the window here. But we're here in the master suite. Now, again, this is a pretty big room, mate. Like, there's plenty of room. They've got some furniture pieces here. You can have a seating area. And then they've got a walk-in robe, which has got great choices of space and storage.
Yes.
And then an ensuite as well. So, sort of ticks all the boxes.
Well, it does, but not only that, what you see, but that ensuite has an east-facing window. So you open that window and you get the sea breeze coming straight through your home. So it's not just about the visual, it's about that livability of the home.
As far as the colour combinations, it's very clean up here. We've got nice white on white throughout for the walls and the skirting and architrave, and I can see this rich texture in the grey carpet, but there's also more thought into that because it flows out onto that natural stone-inspired tile as well, also in the grey tones. It's a really nice transition from inside to out.
Yeah, that transition, but also continuity through the house. So our clients get that input, but then again, we extend that and put the professional edge to those selections.
It is a beautiful location and that water's just sort of calling us to come and jump on in, but you also have to deal with all that Mother Nature throws at you from here as well.
Yeah, we do. With the beach on one side, lake on the other, the air's full of salt, and it's not just the finish of the home, but also the design of the home that helps us deal with that.
And that beautiful handrail, which has to have a safety requirement, it has to be a certain height, but because we've got that little bit of airflow through here, I noticed I already jumped in the seat and had a look that you can get that eye line straight through and enjoy the view. So I think it's a really clever, well-designed space that's practical to enjoy. There's a great feeling of width when you walk through that front door because it's nice and wide, but it's also got that horizontal cladding which makes it feel even wider. So it's a nice traditional feeling door that's also quite cost effective. I think it's been cleverly done.
Yeah, thank you. Try to use the mainstream products in those areas to keep the budget lower.
Another thing that hits me is the beautiful oak floors that just flow straight in, of course creating that line that draws you in visually into the space.
That's right.
But instantly it flows upstairs as well. It's a great looking staircase with the painted white risers. It just feels coastal and fresh. It's a really nice touch.
Yeah, it's nice, and it's nice that you see that detail that our tradespeople do and the effort that they put into those.
I've got the beautiful salt air and that fresh breeze that's coming through as we're walking through this home. And a lot of it has to do with the connection to outside. You've got two large banks of sliding glass doors that open out onto a really generous timber deck. That alfresco is just calling for outdoor entertaining.
It's made for it, isn't it? And in the afternoons, you get the sun glistening off the lake and it's very still. The ducks walking across your backyard.
Yeah.
Magic.
Next up, Jessie is in Glen, Waverley to take a tour of a French Provincial-inspired home.
Derwin, I love French Provincial homes, particularly the way that they present to the street, but this one looks a little bit different to the others that I've seen.
When we were designing it, we wanted something that was a bit different to every other French Provincial. From the colour scheme to the way we shaped the roof and the crown, it's a bit more contemporary, a bit more modern, without losing that classic style.
No, because a lot of them, you see them, they're just like plain white. And you know that like, you know, over time might age well, but I think you've really got the colour choice right here.
Grey really stands out amongst all the other houses on the street and adds a bit more depth to otherwise a pretty standard look.
I haven't seen too many Versace mosaic features though in the French Provincial. Is that something signature to you guys?
Yeah, definitely. Especially in our French Provincial line. It's a little flair that we like to add. Makes the house a little more distinct, and for each client, they can, you know, make it a bit personal to them as well.
So notice on the front door, you've got the beautiful wrought iron double doors, grand entrance, and then you step into this beautiful space here. It's so large.
What we wanted to do is just create a space that once you enter, you really feel the space in the home and the grandness. And, you know, we achieved that with like the freestanding staircase and the like really large feature windows that help bring more light in. And, you know, they offer more practical space, whereas if it wasn't freestanding, you'd kind of lose that.
Geez, walking up that staircase, this landing area and whole room, it's almost as impressive as the entrance. There is so many things going on up here.
Of course, we have the spacious retreat up here. It's perfect for, you know, family to unwind away from like the rest of the house. And we have all the the lovely large bedrooms, especially the master, where you get so much space to just do your own thing.
We've got living downstairs, rumpus room here, and then you've also got a living room in the master bedroom. The proportions are so large.
Yeah, we just wanted the spaces to feel like you're not restricted, and once again, we have like the large windows everywhere that just make everything feel really open.
And I like the timber grain as well. Obviously, you've gone with the staircase being the timber grain, the chevron flooring, and you can see the timber grain with a lot of the joinery in the house. It feels very cohesive.
Once again, adds to the warmth of the home. Rather than have everything be either white or black or just a flat color, it adds a bit of dimension to everything.
The tapware that you feature throughout the home, what is it? Antique brass, normal brass, brushed brass? It's so lovely.
It's antique brass tapware with sort of rainwater tap. Yeah.
Is that what you call it? Rainwater spout, is it?
Yeah, it's a rainwater spout and something a bit different and kind of elevates the space a bit more. You're not going to see that in every house.
Lighting is often overlooked when designing and building a new home, yet it plays such a critical role into how the property feels. And what Pearl Homes have done so well here is the use of indirect lighting in the coffered ceilings. It gives you the ability to turn off all the downlights and chandeliers, but still means the room's going to be well lit. It creates a lovely feeling and a great ambience. Derwin, you've done really well in this space because I love how instead of like you're seeing in most contemporary homes, kitchen, dining, living, they're all stuck together. The separation of the three rooms, it makes it feel really homely.
Yeah, we want a space that you could also like entertain in and could feel really connected throughout. So even with the kitchen, you have the see-through splashback that never really takes you away from the rest of the home as well. And it provides a great space for like family and friends.
Beautiful marble fireplace there. I take it that would have been pretty difficult to find someone to install. Did that come from overseas?
Yeah, we had to get it imported and custom made in Turkey, and you'd think that would be the hard bit, but actually getting it in was fine. Putting it in the house and installing it was the hard part.
Derwin, it's so nice to see that Pearl Construction Group have broken the mould when building this French Provincial home. They've gone with the light oak floors, the grey facade, the natural timber and oaks throughout. It's just quite refreshing, and I think that's going to be really well received in the market.
I think so too. It's something a bit different, and that's what our company's kind of about. We want to stick to like what's classic and what's good, but add our own twist to it and give clients something they haven't really seen before.
Well, I look forward to seeing the next one.
Thanks so much.
Up next, a home taking full advantage of its environment. And later, wait until you see inside this epic modern ranch. Doncaster, this home in Victoria uses the natural environment to its advantage.
So, Kate, we're in beautiful Black Rock. You know, I grew up in this area.
I know,
so it's like
amazing.
coming home for me. I love Bayside. Talk me through this home. Like, it's very different and you've been inspired by Art Deco, clearly. Is that your preference of style?
Yes. So basically we wanted a modern interpretation of an Art Deco home that was functional and practical, but really beautiful.
And you've got 3 kids.
Yes.
So I guess that was a real influence on the design in terms of functionality and storage and things like that.
That's it, lots of storage, but lots of fun.
Oh, I just noticed the numbers, actually. Even the numbers. It's very Gatsby, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Actually, that font is called Gatsby.
Oh, is it? How funny.
Our old house that we lived here for 10 years, it was dark, no one ever came over, no one wanted to hang out at our house. Whereas now we have kids and families here all the time. They just love it. They're in the pool, they're in the basement, they're just running around having a ball.
So this is the dream home where you plan on staying. So this is a good another 20 years, you're saying?
Plus, this is it. So this street was our dream street. Now we've built our dream home on the dream street.
Well, let's have a look.
All right.
What an entrance. That staircase is incredible.
So I knew we wanted something really sleek and elegant, but it had to have a beautiful curve. So I had one stairmaker that I knew would be able to do it, and so he did an amazing job, and the steel handrail is just beautiful.
And he has pulled it off. Let me tell you, architecturally, what a masterpiece. Like, I think some people overlook things like that as artwork. And, you know, I think when they're done well, like, what a first impression. And it really has kind of set the tone for what the rest of your house looks like. And what an abundance of natural light. I love how you've got the highlight windows up there. That's a really great idea. But all of these, the full height glazing is just beautiful.
Yeah, it makes such a difference. And like with the light coming in the morning from that angle and then really pulling all the way around and the sun on the pool, it's just beautiful.
I love also that the orientation of the pool is in the middle of the house, because typically a lot of people would just put it in the backyard, but that's quite creative. And then you've got that amazing basement area with that highlight window into the pool. Like, what a party trick that would be. I could just imagine the kind of parties you guys are having here. It's a Gatsby-style house inside and out, isn't it? Now, we mentioned the basement, which is one of my favourite parts of your house. I love that window that pops out to the pool. I think that's such an amazing design feature and something that feels like it's out of a movie, doesn't it? So Pat's managed to score his home office down there, which is quite convenient next to the wine cellar, I think. I love it. I think it works. And I think that the whole design, internally, externally, it all speaks so well to each other. And I think that your kids are so lucky to be able to enjoy a space like this. And you too, you know, you must feel so proud that this is, you know, your home. I think that's a huge thing. We spend so much time at home. And if COVID and lockdown taught us anything, it's that you need to love the space that you're in. So big tick from me. I think you've done an amazing job.
Thank you.
Up next, we can finally reveal the ranch. Finally, we can reveal this striking modern ranch about 20 minutes inland from the Gold Coast's spectacular coastline. Well, the Gold Coast might be famous for its beaches, but only a few minutes drive inland you'll find some of the country's most beautiful hinterland. I'm in Gilston today, and I'm going to show you through a home which sits very comfortably in its natural environment. Well, I'm a local girl and I'm embarrassed to say I've never actually been to Gilston.
You wouldn't know it's here.
You wouldn't know it's here. It's like this little hidden valley.
Not far from the coast either.
And beautiful, such a beautiful scenic drive. Tell me about the ranch.
This is a New Zealand-inspired home. They love New Zealand, they love skiing, their holidays as a family, but COVID hit and it's a bit of a mongrel, so they thought they'll bring the holidays here.
So tell me a bit about the design.
Jordan Pope, the architect, him and myself, designing the house. It's all designed around our big tree here. It was all designed for the family, so separate living, one big meeting place where everyone could come and gather.
And tell me about the materials chosen.
The materials, we've gone for the masculine look, like the New Zealand Alpine style home. The bit darker colours, the stone finishes and the timber, and kept it as low maintenance as we could.
I love that it actually feels quite manicured for a sort of bush home as well.
The owner likes it, Schmick.
Yeah.
He's a mad keen golfer and he loves the grass nice.
Yeah, okay. And it is. It's beautiful. And the landscaping, and it all feels very finished.
Yes. And with this beautiful big driveway that we're standing on, we're actually standing on the helipad.
Oh, wow.
One of his mates has got a helicopter, and every now and then he can pop in and say good day and they can shoot off to golf.
Well, if that's not the ultimate in luxury, what a life.
That's living.
Well, I love that the interior mirrors the exterior. It's moody, it's schmick, it's masculine. How did you work with the architect to achieve all this?
Well, we had the architect and the interior designer help us out on both these, and we all worked very closely together. As we've all pretty well been to Queenstown before, we liked that warmth of the darks. And, you know, it's a little bit more masculine, but it levels itself out with the coldness, so we tried to bring as much warmth in here as we could. Even down to the copper fittings and fixtures of the tapware and fittings, just to give that warm masculine. And we didn't want to have it as a normal house, it's more so like a holiday home, luxury warm.
I guess when you use black in an extensive way like you have, like it's in the kitchen joinery, it's in the media room joinery, it's used throughout the bedrooms, you do need to offset it with use of timber, and you've done that here by using hard timber floors throughout. And what have you used? Because they're actually really beautiful.
This is a hybrid floor. The owners wanted it tough and strong. They've got the dogs that come out here as well, and the grandkids. Can't kill it.
I would not have picked that. I can usually pick a hybrid floor.
Yeah.
But this one looks like the real deal.
Yeah, it's the better quality one you can get.
Yeah, okay. And why do people use a hybrid as opposed to a timber?
Well, you can drop a glass on it, you can drop your beer on it, and you're not going to dent it, you're not going to scratch it.
So tell me, how many bedrooms, how many bathrooms?
There's 5 bedrooms, 4 bathrooms, plus powder room, 2 double car garages, massive pool area, big entertainment area, so everyone can come together and enjoy.
Go nuts.
Yep.
Well, I hate to sound like a cliche, but this aspect and this bushland and this greenery really is the hero of the home.
100%. You wouldn't think we're in the hinterland of the Gold Coast with a Hamilton Island theme.
Yeah.
This is a great party house. We've got the fire pit, we've got the massive pool. It's just, that's your weekend getaway.
It's the ultimate. There's just so much space, but it's also just the beauty of being able to be inside and look out and take this in. And it's the mature greenery that I think adds so much value.
When we come to looking at the site and the way the architect laid it, we did move the house and shuffled it around here, there and everywhere just to pick up this beautiful gum tree, which we never knew was there until we cleared the site and went, wow. So we pushed this to the centre of the block and faced everything to this tree, which is beautiful.
So how many acres are we on here?
16 acres,
Okay.
and we're only just minutes away from the Gold Coast.
Yeah.
We've got on the creek, we're on the Narrabeen River here, which is full of fish.
It's really got the best of everything. I mean, it's nice to be able to swim in the creek, but I bet that pool is very
It's
popular.
massive. You could fit some people in there.
Yeah. And I really can imagine them sitting around it and chilling on a weekend
Yes.
as it's intended to be used.
And the privacy of getting away from the hustle and bustle of the Gold Coast, which isn't far away, to come to here. You can do whatever you like.
Magic. Well, congratulations. You've done a beautiful job. It's a really impressive home on a magical piece of land.
Beautiful. Thank you very much, Dave. It was an absolute pleasure. Having great clients like this is awesome.
The ultimate.
It is.
Thanks for watching. We hope you found some inspiration looking through these incredible homes and gardens. We certainly have. For more on the homes and behind the scenes, check out our Instagram and Facebook. See you next time for more Open Homes. On this episode of Open Homes, a home packed full of features. This beautiful bayside home, we get a special tour of House 1 from the block Tree Change. And this absolute showstopper on the Gold Coast. This is resort-style living at its best.
And what makes you feel like you're on holidays? Big voids, lots of features on the way in, big open spaces, just that feel that it's time to relax.
Come with us as we step inside. First up, Jimmy is in Little Mountain on the Sunshine Coast.
I'm here in Little Mountain on the southern end of the Sunshine Coast to take a tour of a house that has a minimalistic facade that packs an industrial punch as soon as you walk in. It also takes advantage of the magnificent views. Well, Chris, mate, thanks for having me here at beautiful Little Mountain. I mean, you can see straight from the offset that we've got amazing views all the way around. When we talk about street appeal, sometimes there's a lot going on, but I absolutely love the simplicity of this design. I mean, you've got the integrated garage door, and there's not a whole lot going on, and it really does draw your eye into the glass and out the back.
Yeah, thanks, Jimmy. Yeah, that's sort of what we were going for. We're looking for a pretty simplistic, clean lines approach, and basically maybe even a little bit understated for the grand reveal when you get down to the proper living level.
Well, mate, we've just walked through the front entrance, down the stairs into your main kitchen, living, dining area, and there's so much to take in. I mean, you've been able to achieve so much natural light, even though you've built into the hill.
Yeah, mate, yeah. So what we wanted to achieve is a pretty large backyard for the site, and so we decided to step the building back into the slope and actually cut into the site. So, yeah, we were able to really enhance the outlook, but we had to get some natural light in, so we actually introduced the atrium garden into the centre of the building.
It's such a nice feature too, because it's visible from three sides internally into that garden, which, you know, brings light into so many different areas of the house.
Yeah, so natural light and ventilation is a big part of all of our designs. So, you know, no more so than when we're actually burying the house into the hill and losing one facade. We had to introduce something, and that's really worked for us.
And from a design aspect, you know, walking down those stairs, you can see straight away there's a lot to take in, but it's three quite simple aspects you've gone for. You've gone for timber, black, and concrete, and it works perfectly. I mean, all of the timber from the tables, the cabinetry, the clock, even to the light switches. I mean, it just works magically.
Yeah, mate, that was our palette. So we wanted an industrial tone, but all the clean finishes such as the stone and the timber give it a bit of warmth, and yeah, it's sort of come together as a modern industrial home.
And the house itself is 5 and 3?
Yeah, 5 and 3.
5 and 3. So I mean, it's quite a large house. I mean, perfect for a family.
Yeah, it's a perfect family home. It's not, I wouldn't say it's too big. We wanted to sort of showcase something for a family home that's high on detail, but not necessarily high on budget.
It is perfect for a family because walking through, you've got a separate TV room that you could use for the kids. you've got this large space out here where you can entertain, but then you've got that large, expansive backyard back there where the adults can still hang inside and the kids can run around. You can see them the whole time. I mean, with the pool and everything, it's really well designed.
Well, thanks, mate. Yeah, that was the goal. So we wanted to push the house back into the hill and really activate that backyard and soak up everything we had on offer out there.
And I see you bought a really nice couch for Arlo to sleep on, mate.
Yeah, yes, mate. He has rite of passage in this house. He's he runs the show basically, but yeah, he's made that his own of recent times.
Well, Chris, standing here, there's so much to take in, but I can't help, my eye just keeps getting drawn to this beautiful Aboriginal art over here. I think it's such a statement piece in this space.
Yeah, mate, that's a new addition to the home and we absolutely love it. My wife picked it out and yeah, it's got pride of place on the main wall there.
The master suite is laid out perfectly. I mean, you've got your bed to the front, taking in the outdoor area, and then the walk-in robe between the bedroom and the ensuite. I mean, it really works.
Yeah, that's, you know, there's a couple of reasons for it. We were trying to maintain privacy to the neighbours. We only have neighbours on one side here, so putting the ensuite and the walk-in robe there also then gave pride of place to the bedroom with that outlook.
When we do talk about polished concrete, it's not just about how it looks, is it? I mean, we're talking thermal mass, so when that sun's hitting that, it's heating up the house.
Yeah, it is, yeah. So, you know, the concrete floors combined with us burying the house into the site made for quite a passive design. We're really comfortable living in the house now for 12 months. We don't really ever have to flick the aircon on with the, you know, the openings and the windows we have combined with, like you say, the thermal massing. So, yeah, it makes a big difference.
I would imagine you would get a nice breeze through here. I mean, combining the atrium, the stairs to the front door and this big open space, I mean, it's just got such a nice flow.
Spot on there, Jimmy. So that acts as a chimney almost for the house. We open up the atrium and then if you open up any windows throughout the remainder of the house, it draws the air through the house and out through the centre, so.
Very smart. Now in Queensland, Chris, we really do focus our builds and our designs on outdoor living because we love, as Queenslanders, to bring the inside out and the outside in. That outdoor area looks amazing and I saw a set of beer taps in there, so I think it must be time for a beer.
Sure is, mate.
Up next, we see inside this beautiful Bayside home. Next up, we're in Victoria.
Today I'm in Rosebud, a beautiful suburb down the peninsula. I'm here to check out a unique build, which is a modern take on a coastal home. Andrew, what a beautiful summer's day down in Rosebud. I used to come here as a kid to holiday. So you've made this a permanent home. Did you always grow up here?
No, I didn't. I used to come here as well to holiday. Every year we used to come down the same time, same place like a lot of people do for holidays. And then went travelling and then decided when we come back from travelling overseas, where do we want to be? And the beach seemed like a really good fit.
You've built this beautiful big home. So tell me a little bit about the block, how you found it, what the intentions were, because you've got 5 kids, is that right?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
a lot of kids to be moving around.
Yep. So we've been building and selling on the peninsula for the last 10 years, trying to do the best we can with our mortgage. And then, through COVID, we found this block come on the market before things went crazy down here. And luckily enough, we managed to win the bid and design the house, which is what we see now.
This wouldn't have been an easy build because we're on quite a slope here.
Yep.
So you did most of the work yourself, you said?
Yeah, I own to build it. So I did a lot trying to save money. Prices, as you know, if you're building, prices with COVID, everything's gone up. But I ended up framing it myself, did a lot of it myself, retaining walls, set out the whole kit and caboodle. access was really tight with power lines and slope, and everything had to be hand loaded from the driveway.
And were you really selective in the products that you used due to like shortages or, you know, being cost effective? Was that sort of a massive factor in the build?
Yeah, so when we decided we were going to build on the block, that was when we were coming into that timber shortage. I'm in the industry, so I saw it coming. I didn't want to get to the end of the pile as well, waiting for timber, so I looked around to see what we can use and come up with the Bondor cladding and ceiling product, which saved a bit of time, a little bit of money, and I reckon it looks pretty good.
Yeah. Well, I'd love to see a little bit more. Do you want to show me through?
Yeah, come through.
Amazing. So it's a really beautiful feel as soon as you walk in. You've got that nice big entrance and then the master bedrooms to the right there. Was that intentional that you wanted it to sort of be at the front of the house away from the other rooms?
Yeah, having 5 kids and they are going to get older, they are going to get louder, we decided that we will keep the master at the front of the house and put all the bedrooms upstairs so the kids have their own space as they grow and entertain with their friends and things like that.
You've got so much storage as well. I notice there's lots of little pockets everywhere where you've been quite creative in utilising the space. And I love when you kind of walk down here into this lounge area, the volume, it feels so big and just so spacious and light and airy. Was the ceiling height something that you always wanted?
Trying to save money, we designed what the block had and work with that. So it was a flat block, but then it did have a big metre step down and then went flat again. So we decided to keep the ceiling heights the same as we stepped down, and that gave us that 3.6 metre ceiling, created a lot of space. So as we're entertaining and kids are running around, it's a really good feel and a lot of light bouncing.
Talking about quirky things, I noticed you've got some really fun artwork around the house. Is that you or is that your partner or the kids?
No, that's definitely both of us. Got some artwork that my wife's found along the way from markets and bits and pieces like that. Got the beautiful Banksy splashback,
Yeah, I saw that. I love that.
which is just something I've managed to arrange with a few connections that I have. And yeah, I reckon that just really pops, and it's probably my favourite piece of the house.
This is like a kid's backyard dream out here. You've got everything that you could possibly want to play with, from the pool to this amazing basketball section, then you've got this trampoline. Do you just find that they all gravitate out here?
Yeah, I do. The idea was we wanted to create a space where the kids can run free and have fun, really. Not get bored, not be stuck inside all day long. So yeah, we started with the basketball court. That was it. Installed before the frame went up on the house. The ring was in before the frame went up. So while I was working here on the weekends, the kids could come and play.
Yeah, nice.
And then, yeah, all the design and the painting of it's all been done after the completion. Beck, before you go, we've got to come and play a game of one-on-one, or you've got to go hit a three-pointer.
Can you see my height? I'm not going to be able to make that.
I don't think anyone can come into our house without getting a bucket.
Look, I'll give it a shot, but no guarantees. I'm terrible at basketball, I'll be honest, but I'll give it a shot. Oh, that was close, yeah? Oh. Hey! I did it!
Up next, we get a special tour of House 1 from the block tree change. And later...
When I found out I was coming to a Gold Coast home of the year, I was obviously quite excited. And I've got to say, it certainly does not disappoint from the street.
Next up, Beck and Dave tour house number 1 from the block tree change.
Well, Beck, we're at House 1, and this house has won more rooms than any other house on the block in history.
I can see why, though. As soon as I walked in, it had a beautiful, warm feeling in it. And I feel like the styling and all the choices and the colour waves and just everything works. So I love it.
Well, I've got to say, I did work on this year's season, as you know. They probably were the hardest working couple I've seen, and to actually be up here and look at what they've achieved, it is amazing, isn't it?
I think that they've done really, really well. But I think with a block of this scale, I think everyone's going to be a hard worker. But, you know, I've noticed going through all of the intricate details in terms of even just the styling, the finishes, just everything's been really well thought out. So you can see that they've put that effort in. Now, Dave, you weren't a fan of the tartan, and now we've gone past this other section and there's 3 different types of tartan. So is it growing on you now?
Mate, as I said, you can't smarten the tartan. I'm telling you that right now. I'm about to go because I don't like it. Like, this house is unbelievable. It's got everything in it except for tartan.
Yeah, I like it. I think they've done a great job. But, you know, look, OK, you're not on board with the tartan, but what about the tiles? The mustard tiles in that bathroom, I thought they were just amazing.
Yeah, it's a bold choice.
Yeah.
I've got to say, I haven't seen this before. I absolutely do. It really looks good.
But I'm also really loving this kitchen.
Yeah.
I think that the choice in tiles is been amazing. People tend to, you know, go towards a matte finish. I love that they've picked a gloss finish in these tiles.
Yep.
It's bouncing around that light everywhere. I love that they've taken it all the way up to the ceiling.
Yep.
That stove is amazing. These fridges are amazing.
Yep.
I think it's just been really well thought out. And again, really impressive because you don't have time to plan properly. So I feel like they've either winged it and nailed it, or this is just a really good reflection of her personality in terms of the styling aspects and the choices. You know what I love about this one the most, though? I feel like the layout's really good, but I love that you can see out and that view. So you kind of seeing out onto those entertainment spaces, but then you've got all that greenery. And, you know, once all of that, you know, the trees and stuff are a bit more mature, it will be screened a bit better, but I feel like it's just, it does feel like a bit of a retreat out here.
Yeah, well, you can hear the wind outside. This is probably about 60 knots worth of wind out there.
Yeah.
So the landscape is standing up. So, and we did talk about the landscape a little bit before, and we got something. It was Troy from Love It Landscapes that did this job. They did win the landscape week as well, and they've got everything. Like, they've got like the kids' cubby house and play equipment over there. They've got the veggie patch. As I said, they've got the roundabout. We've got the pool. We've got the decking. We've got the basketball ring. They've got like pretty much the chook shed and a 3-par golf course.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So all in all, your favourite thing of the place?
I actually think that it's this roof, this structure here, the reclaimed timber. I think that's my favourite architectural feature. But then in terms of the styling, I think the tile choices for me are up there.
Look, I'd have to say my favourite thing is this room here and the fireplace. Again, the recycled timber, just how tall it is. I mean, we're talking that's probably 6-7 metres tall, you know, what we've got here. The view looking out onto the mountains there, I mean, come on, you don't get much better than that.
I agree.
I think right here, right now, this is my spot.
They've done well.
Now we can finally reveal this award-winning home in Broadbeach waters on the Gold Coast.
Who doesn't love going on holidays, turning up to a resort, checking in, relaxing by the pool, and then retiring to a comfortable hotel room? So it makes sense that you would try to create that in your own home. Well, our next homeowner has done exactly that here on the sunny Gold Coast.
Welcome to Villa Franco.
Yeah, mate, it looks amazing. When I found out I was coming to a Gold Coast Home of the Year, I was obviously quite excited. And I've got to say, it certainly does not disappoint from the street.
Yeah, the feel was to have it appear like a resort as soon as you pull up in the driveway, mate. So I hope it gave you that feel, because that's what we're aiming for. So,
absolutely, mate. Oh, should we go take a look inside?
Yeah, come on in, mate.
I've got to say, walking in here, it certainly does feel like a resort. How did you achieve that?
Well, I guess it was working with the designers, so Stuart Osman and Judy Laycock from JC Interior Designs. Yeah, they know what I'm like for getting away from work and going on holiday, and they can appreciate that. So we sat down and looked at the elements that, you know, what is it about walking into the concierge at the hotel and what makes you feel like you're on holiday? So it was, you know, big voids, lots of features on the way in, big open spaces, and just that feel that it's time to relax.
And so this layout down here, what have you managed to fit into this floor plan?
Yeah, so we've got dining, nice close proximity to the kitchen with lounge and second living off that. We've got a cinema room and dedicated sports bar that we can have a look at. So
yeah, you obviously love your sports. Just walking into that sports bar, it's quite amazing.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, look, I got a bit of an affinity with international sports events, but lucky enough to go to a few Super Bowls. And the idea, we were sitting at a bar prior to one of the Super Bowls. I think it might have been in Atlanta, and that's where the idea came from, to try and replicate that feeling at home. And yeah, I think we pulled it off. So.
And for me, for a resort-style feel is like, you know, big openness, like you say, that double-sized void, but also the way that this space interacts with the outside space.
Absolutely, yeah. So structurally, we had some challenges there. So we've got corner pocket doors on two external corners that join the internal areas out with the alfresco and really flows. So there was some strategic planning with us and Icon consulting engineers to be able to achieve those spans.
Well, Bill, this really is the jewel in the crown, isn't it?
Absolutely. So yeah, in a hotel, there's no place like poolside to unwind, and why not have it within arm's reach of the sports bar, outdoor lounge, barbecue and outdoor kitchen area, so yeah.
And in 2022, you won Gold Coast Home of the Year between 1.25 and 2 mil.
Yeah, we showcased everything we were able to execute in the home, and lucky for us and the team, we were able to get the trophy. So, and it's a real testament to the team as well. They've done such a good job, so proud of them.
And finally, do you get disappointed when you go into resorts now? You sort of ruined it for yourself, haven't you?
It certainly made the hotels we search for a little bit more expensive.
Yeah. Oh, well, mate, Bill, thanks for showing us through, mate. It looks amazing.
Thanks very much for coming, mate, and yeah, really appreciate it.
Thanks for watching. We hope you found some inspiration looking through these incredible homes and gardens. We certainly have. For more on the homes and behind the scenes, check out our Instagram and Facebook. See you next time for more Open Homes. On this episode of Open Homes, this modern home with a fresh interior. We see the latest in apartment living. Dave takes us through one of his latest projects. And at the end of the show, we get a special tour through this house from the block tree change.
Dylan and Jenny, I feel, for all the criticism, really understood the brief for the country life.
Come with us as we step inside. First up, we're in Brisbane.
O'Shea & Sons are a family-run builder who are getting national attention for their approach to the design process. They're creating beautiful and unique homes right here in the heart of Brisbane. Here we are, your latest project in Tarragindi.
Yep.
Looking at this facade, it looks amazing. I can't quite pinpoint the style. What is it?
Yeah, so look, it's definitely a blend of Hamptons, probably a little bit more Cape Cod, but we've definitely brought in a farmhouse vibe with the garage doors and the big crosses. So, yeah, we really like to produce something, I guess, that's really unique, that really has that street presence.
You've done a few builds in the suburb. Why Tarragindi?
We love it for livability. We actually live in Tarragindi ourselves. There's so many great access to freeways, bike ramps, to schools. It's such a livable area. It's brilliant. We love it here.
All right, mate. Well, I'm impressed with the outside. Should we go take a look?
Yeah, let's do it.
All righty. Well, Nick, the inside is absolutely beautiful. Tell me a little bit about this home.
So this is a home that we're going to offer to the market. We've put a lot of care and with what we do with all of our properties, with all of our homeowners, is from the very beginning we look at a site, we look at a block and we consider how can we turn this into someone's forever home. We think about every square inch. So it's not just what some people would refer to as turnkey, but we refer to it as life ready.
Well, this house in particular, tell me about some of the features. I mean, I can see a beautiful kitchen here as well.
Yep.
Some hidden doors into a butler's.
Hidden doors into the laundry.
Right. Sorry.
The butler's in there. We want to try to make sure that we have that mud room, you know, coming straight from the garage. Kids can kick the shoes off, the bags can go there, but also having it really nice and close to the kitchen. You can pull the lunch boxes out. You can do all of those things. So we've also make sure that we always incorporate high-end, efficient appliances that are throughout. We've got built-in fridges, we've got built-in wine fridges, full wine areas. We've used Abbey tapware throughout. So really, really good high-quality stuff from big companies that we know have sustainability in mind.
And for me, what about these floors? I love them.
They're beautiful, yeah. So we work with a professional Awesome Timber Floors who supply this, and the herringbone's really popular. This is a black butt, and I love what comes from the black butt is all of the character that comes with it. But living with small children myself, I know it's so much harder and so much more durable than some of the oaks. So I love this, and it just provides so much character to it. It's in a V pattern that just takes you out to that vast backyard.
In terms of the layout, I see walking in on the left there, you have another room that could possibly be for the older kids or, you know, the elderly parent that needs to move back in.
That's right. And we've also tried to set it up as a bit more of a utility room so that if people don't want to use it as that, more and more we're finding people are wanting a home office. And home office at the front there with a beautiful face. You can open the doors up. You can have clients that could come in and visit you as well with a powder room right nearby. So it could be great for that space, or it could be just, again, another living space where it might be a toy room for the kids.
So something that I believe is a must-have in every Queensland home is that connectivity between the inside and the outside, and you've certainly achieved that here.
Yeah, definitely. And even just putting like a nice big window that looks out at the pool, it's so inviting. Something that we really find so important with the design stage is to actually bring a pool in really nice and close to the home. You put it out in the backyard, it sort of sits out there and gathers leaves, where you bring it in and you make it the hero of the home. You know, it just makes you want to be able to get in and have your swim, and being able to, you know, be preparing food and doing those things, or sitting out here with friends and family while the kids are in that area and you can still keep an eye on them. It's so important to that Australian backyard living.
Well, Nick, this is a very impressive showcase of just what O'Shea & Sons can do. So thank you very much for showing us through.
Thanks very much for coming and have a look. Cheers.
Next up, we're in Melbourne.
Sydney, thank you so much for meeting me here today and giving me a tour of this incredible development. I actually live around the corner, so I've been driving past this location for the last 5 years and always wanted to see what was inside. I imagine you've probably been working on the project for as long as I've been driving past it.
Yeah, so we've actually been working for this project more than 6 years, since 2016. So it's a great journey to showing around all the people to these amazing projects on the corner of St Kilda Road and High Street.
The residents themselves are founded around this idea of the modern primate. And the modern primate is a personality or persona that enjoys perfect things in perfectly executed ways. So a real resistance to mass production, lots of things, and a direct move towards quality of outcome. So here we have perfectly planned apartments, we have split bedrooms on each side of a large central living space, anchored by a central hearth, big island bench, that facilitates the sort of varying living styles of the building's occupants. And then each of the bedroom wings are paired with large his and hers walk-in robes, personalised bathrooms that give everybody the independence to have their own environment and then share collectively in the common areas of the apartments themselves. Central water body surrounded by landscape acts like a big urban lung for the whole project. It allows us to cool the air down when it's warm, the native landscape cleans the air, and then that's being allowed to be drawn back into the apartment through the big windows. And that biophilic effect that comes from living in a garden, we think has great benefits to the residents. The design language for each of the common spaces comes out of the signature trees. We've got the Anika, the ginkgo, and the building we're in at the moment, the magnolia. And so we've taken the magnolia tree that marks the entry, the lobby space for the residents, taken that, its beautiful dark timber and its beautiful deep green foliage, and used that as the language for the common space underneath that building. So we turned the dark green foliage into upholstery for the banquet seating. We've taken the dark timbers, the magnolia tree, taken magnolia timbers and veneered them to become the cabinetry. We've cross-cut and sawn some of the timbers to become feature panels in the walls. So really immersed inside that landscape of it, whether you're inside the building or outside it. And we think that's something really nice, and it's giving us a different personality also for each of the buildings. We love the location. You know, St Kilda Road is Melbourne's premier boulevard, and we love the idea of restoring it to its premium residential typology. Historically, it was a boulevard full of large, opulent residences, and through the 90s have been developed into a collection of office blocks. But we see that trend reversing now. It's been re-established with a collection of great residential projects, and we're thrilled to have the chance to be one of those. We obviously have the Shrine, which houses the Shrine of Remembrance Memorial, and as people make their way up to the Shrine, there's a view cone behind the Shrine that's not allowed to be inhibited by built form in any future development for the whole of City of Melbourne. And that cone extends basically from the Shrine right up in the gardens all the way down parallel to St Kilda Road. And you see what that does is it begins to shape the architecture of the collection of buildings that have begun to develop along St Kilda Road. So what that means for us is that we have quite a small building on the High Street side. We have the chance to increase the height outside of that, really mark the corner of High Street and St Kilda Road with the Magnolia building. And then sort of the third building works to mediate between the sort of high and low of those two buildings, giving us a sort of third dramatic architectural form. But we love that. It gives us variation in the massing, gives us variation and opportunities in views and access to amenity, and obviously gives us great variation in the architectural built form, which we love as well.
Next up, Dave takes us through this amazing landscape project in Brighton, one of Melbourne's most exclusive suburbs.
Hey guys, I'm going to show you something amazing. This is the biggest and best job I've ever worked on. Let's go check it out. I can tell you how big this job is. This job is that big that we've had to break it up into 4 stages. So we've got one stage being the pool area behind me, second stage being the lawn area, garden area going up there. And then we've got all the driveways, that's stage 3. And then we have the tennis court and garden area around to the left, and that's stage 4. So we've just finished stage 1. We are in Brighton. This is the biggest block in Brighton. We're just short of 2 acres here. To put a price on something like this, well, I don't know, but I know it's bloody huge. Excitement is, well, an understatement. When you roll up to a job like this, I mean, you get one of these jobs one in your lifetime. Having a big palatial house like this and getting to do a massive pool and big landscape like that, well, that's excitement for any landscape designer. We get to do it. This pool has absolutely everything. So we do have the spa. We've got a sauna sitting at the back here with a water slide that comes in that's yet to be tiled at the moment because, let's be honest, it's a hard job at this stage. But we do have water features everywhere. I think there's like over 30 different water features that pop up. Plus we have like a laser feature that basically is like a laser light, and this goes to music as well. Pretty much like the Crown Casino there. So let's just say it comes from America. It costs a fortune. It's the first time we've ever done it. But it was all about having fun, and that's what he wanted in this pool. Because it's such a long pool and such a wide pool, you needed something. So just having one colour in this pool wasn't going to work. So we felt that this gives you the length and shows you how long the pool is and sort of gives you that grandeur about it as well. So it's a nice touch. Look, I love it. It was my choice. So I think it's great. I haven't finished the job yet, but I'd love to put Franklin pools on the bottom of the pool, but he said no. But anyway. So one thing that you probably haven't noticed that these cabanas here actually all have electric blinds on them. So they're all waterproof. So during winter time, if you're not using it, put the blinds down, stops all the dust. Being a big property here, this is absolutely perfect for here. So all automated. You see even up on top here is an automatic blind as well. So that, along with the copper roof, there's a lot of detail in all these rooms. But the theory is, shut the pool cover over the top, pull the covers down over the cabanas. Let's not ruin the cushions, let's not ruin everything else. Come back next summer and use them again. It's very mature trees here. So we put the palm trees in. So we've got the Washington cotton palms here. They all come over from South Australia, so we put those in. We've got these beautiful repurposed lemon trees here. 60 years old, these ones were, okay? So they've only been brought out of the house that was getting wrecked, cut down, looked after and been brought here. So, you know, there's a bit of a story when you're talking trees like that. And then even just the Ficus Hill hedge at the back there, they're already 3 metres tall. So, you know, by the time we finish this job, this will be fully grown, and that's how we're doing the job all the way through. So not heaps of different species of plants, but everything here, because it's so large, stands out, and that's what we make sure that the bigger stuff, like the lemon trees, are the feature trees.
Now we can finally reveal House 4 from the block tree change.
Jesse, House 4, well, this is the old part, and we're standing in the new part here. So you can see a lot of the period details on this part, can't you?
Yeah, they've done a great job. They're both carpenters, aren't they?
Yep.
So you can see that, the detail they've gone to with the wainscoting in that hallway, beautiful. They've also got that in the kids' bedroom. They've done a great job of continuing the hardy board into the ensuite as well.
Yep.
Just a continuation of the period detail from the wainscoting into the ensuite, just ties everything together.
It's quite different. Like, I do gotta say, like the ensuite, obviously walking down the hallway here, this is huge. This is something that, you know, any woman's gonna love. Well, a guy like yourself with all your watches and stuff like that would love as well, mate, you know? So I gotta say, it's quite spacious, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a very big home at the front, which you want, and it's period. The wide entrance hallway is great. The master wing in general is fantastic. I know they got criticised by the judges walking into the walk-in robe. How beautiful is that? Big double door grand entrance.
Yeah.
That's what you want, isn't it?
Yeah. Again, let's go back to the bathrooms. The judges have slammed them. And you know what? They thought maybe a little bit boring, but you know what? This is, well, being a real estate agent, this is something that someone can come in and put their own personality on, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. Well, the buyer for this property is going to have the mansion in Stonington, in Bayside. Like, they don't want to come to a full country-style property that looks like it's 100 years old.
Yep.
They want to have the country feel, which they're getting by being out here in the bush. But they want to have the mod cons. They want to have nice updated bathrooms.
Yeah.
They want to have something that's not going to date and
Yeah.
something that is on trend, because that's what they're looking for.
Yeah. So what we're saying, old part, you and I both giving it thumbs up, pretty much.
Big tick.
All right, let's go check out the new part.
Can't wait.
New part, what do you think?
Dylan and Jenny, I feel, for all the criticism, really understood the brief for the country life.
I was going to say, the sheer size just of this room, let alone the kitchen, and again, as you say, like the butler's pantry, I haven't seen anything like that before, but I'm going to say one thing that stands out. It is quite a different colour, this kitchen, but I love it. It's, what would you say, olive, you reckon?
Yeah, olive is the colour, and I think it fits really well for the country lifestyle. They've got the brass handles, the shaker cabinetry. It's like a contemporary kitchen with a country feel, which is really hard to do.
So, Jesse, you are the real estate agent here, so how would you write this house up?
Well, it's always a cliche in the game that the kitchen is the heart of the home, but this one I really do feel is the heart. It's warm, soft finishes, the colour choices of the stone and the olive and the brass, lovely. And then this massive open plan living dining area is stunning, particularly the way it's orientated to the north with the overheight ceilings and the rake as well, tying in the brickwork. This will sell the property.
And the styling here?
The styling is 10 out of 10. I would have given them 3 10s if I was the judge. I could have won an extra 15 grand if I was on this season.
You know, you're getting really excited like you're at an auction just then, because your voice just went up a little bit.
No,
so you really are passionate about the styling here.
Yeah, they've done a good job on the styling, because this is their redo room. So they didn't get it right the first time. They were heavily criticised and then stepped up their game completely. Now it feels nice and warm and homely and welcoming. They've redone the Venetian plaster on the wall. That's a much better colour.
Okay, so selling this house?
Sold.
Sold? Straight away.
Boom.
So the deal, sold. That's what we're after.
Here's the deal, it's already sold.
All right, I'm out of here then. See ya.
Dave, I love this deck.
What did you say? I love this deck.
Mate, I love this big deck. Do you think when Dylan and Jenny were building this home, they were anticipating having this as like a wedding venue? Because this base is huge.
Mate, this is absolutely monster, isn't it? I mean, you've got deck around the front of the old part of the house, let alone here. Now, this, I'm guessing this is a couple of 100 metres, easy.
Easy, a couple 100 metres.
Yeah.
Like, and the way it connects the indoor to outdoor, all year round you'll be using this space, particularly with that roof line.
Well, as you can see, there's still a lot of work happening here. And obviously weather was one of the critical things that we had here. So, you know what? I've still got guys working around here, so there's still a bit to do.
Well, why don't you get back to work and finish this off?
Well, how about you sell the house and I don't have to work?
Yeah, fair enough, mate. We'll both get back to work.
Yeah, isn't that the deal? Jeez.
Thanks for watching. We hope you found some inspiration looking through these incredible homes and gardens. We certainly have. For more on the homes and behind the scenes, check out our Instagram and Facebook. See you next time for more Open Homes. On this episode of Open Homes, this modern home with a fresh interior. We see the latest in apartment living. Dave takes us through one of his latest projects. And at the end of the show, we get a special tour through this house from the block Tree Change.
Dylan and Jenny, I feel, for all the criticism, really understood the brief for the country life.
Come with us as we step inside. First up, we're in Brisbane.
O'Shea & Sons are a family-run builder who are getting national attention for their approach to the design process. They're creating beautiful and unique homes right here in the heart of Brisbane. Here we are, your latest project in Tarragindi.
Yep.
Looking at this facade, it looks amazing. I can't quite pinpoint the style. What is it?
Yeah, so look, it's definitely a blend of Hamptons, probably a little bit more Cape Cod, but we've definitely brought in a farmhouse vibe with the garage doors and the big crosses. So, yeah, we really like to produce something, I guess, that's really unique, that really has that street presence.
You've done a few builds in the suburb. Why Tarragindi?
We love it for livability. We actually live in Tarragindi ourselves. There's so many great access to freeways, bike ramps, to schools. It's such a livable area. It's brilliant. We love it here.
All right, mate. Well, I'm impressed with the outside. Should we go take a look?
Yeah, let's do it.
All righty. Well, Nick, the inside is absolutely beautiful. Tell me a little bit about this home.
So this is a home that we're going to offer to the market. We've put a lot of care and with what we do with all of our properties, with all of our homeowners is from the very beginning, we look at a site, we look at a block and we consider how can we turn this into someone's forever home. We think about every square inch. So it's not just what some people would refer to as turnkey, but we refer to it as life ready.
Well, this house in particular, tell me about some of the features. I mean, I can see a beautiful kitchen here as well.
Yep.
Some hidden doors into a butler's.
Hidden doors into the laundry.
Right. Sorry.
The butler's in there. We want to try to make sure that we have that mudroom, you know, coming straight from the garage. Kids can kick the shoes off, the bags can go there, but also having it really nice and close to the kitchen. You can pull the lunch boxes out. You can do all of those things. So we've also make sure that we always incorporate high-end, efficient appliances that are throughout. We've got built-in fridges. We've got built-in wine fridges, full wine areas. We've used Abbey tapware throughout. So really, really good high-quality stuff from companies that we know have sustainability in mind.
And for me, what about these floors? I love them.
They're beautiful, yeah. So we work with a professional Awesome Timber Floors who supply this, and the herringbone's really popular. This is a black butt, and I love what comes from the black butt is all of the character that comes with it. But living with small children myself, I know it's so much harder and so much more durable than some of the oaks. So I love this, and it just provides so much character to it. It's in a V pattern that just takes you out to that vast backyard.
In terms of the layout, I see walking in on the left there, you have another room that could possibly be for the older kids or, you know, the elderly parent that needs to move back in.
That's right. And we've also tried to set it up as a bit more of a utility room so that if people don't want to use it as that, more and more we're finding people are wanting a home office. And home office at the front there with a beautiful face. You can open the doors up. You can have clients that could come in and visit you as well with a powder room right nearby. So it could be great for that space, or it could be just, again, another living space where it might be a toy room for the kids.
So something that I believe is a must-have in every Queensland home is that connectivity between the inside and the outside, and you've certainly achieved that here.
Yeah, definitely. And even just putting like a nice big window that looks out at the pool, it's so inviting. Something that we really find so important with the design stage is to actually bring a pool in really nice and close to the home. You put it out in the backyard, it sort of sits out there and gathers leaves, where you bring it in and you make it the hero of the home. You know, it just makes you want to be able to get in and have your swim, and being able to, you know, be preparing food and doing those things, or sitting out here with friends and family while the kids are in that area and you can still keep an eye on them. It's so important to that Australian backyard living.
Well, Nick, this is a very impressive showcase of just what O'Shea and Sons can do. So thank you very much for showing us through.
Thanks very much for coming and have a look. Cheers.
Next up, we're in Melbourne.
Sydney, thank you so much for meeting me here today and giving me a tour of this incredible development. I actually live around the corner, so I've been driving past this location for the last 5 years and always wanted to see what was inside. I imagine you've probably been working on the project for as long as I've been driving past it.
Yeah, so we've actually been working for this project more than 6 years, since 2016. So it's a great journey to showing around all the people to these amazing projects on the corner of St Kilda Road and High Street.
The residents themselves are founded around this idea of the modern primate. And the modern primate is a personality or persona that enjoys perfect things in perfectly executed ways. So a real resistance to mass production, lots of things, and a direct move towards quality of outcome. So here we have perfectly planned apartments, we have split bedrooms on each side of a large central living space, anchored by a central hearth, big island bench, that facilitates the sort of varying living styles of the building's occupants. And then each of the bedroom wings are paired with large his and hers walk-in robes, personalised bathrooms that give everybody the independence to have their own environment and then share collectively in the common areas of the apartments themselves. Central water body surrounded by landscape acts like a big urban lung for the whole project. It allows us to cool the air down when it's warm, The native landscape cleans the air, and then that's being allowed to be drawn back into the apartment through the big windows. And that biophilic effect that comes from living in a garden, we think has great benefits to the residents. The design language for each of the common spaces comes out of the signature trees. We've got the Anika, the Ginkgo, and the building we're in at the moment, the Magnolia. And so we've taken the Magnolia tree that marks the entry, the lobby space for the residents, taken that, its beautiful dark timber and its beautiful deep green foliage, and used that as the language for the common space underneath that building. So we turned the dark green foliage into upholstery for the banquet seating. We've taken the dark timbers, the Magnolia tree, taken Magnolia timbers and veneered them to become the cabinetry. We've cross-cut and sawn some of the timbers to become feature panels in the walls. So really immersed inside that landscape of it, whether you're inside the building or outside it. And we think that's something really nice, and it's giving us a different personality also for each of the buildings. We love the location. St Kilda Road is Melbourne's premier boulevard, and we love the idea of restoring it to its premium residential typology. Historically, it was a boulevard full of large, opulent residences, and through the 90s have been developed into a collection of office blocks. But we see that trend reversing now. It's been re-established with a collection of great residential projects, and we're thrilled to have the chance to be one of those. We obviously have the Shrine, which houses the Shrine of Remembrance Memorial, and as people make their way up to the Shrine, there's a view cone behind the Shrine that's not allowed to be inhibited by built form in any future development for the whole of City of Melbourne. And that cone extends basically from the Shrine right up in the gardens all the way down parallel to St Kilda Road. And you can see what that does is it begins to shape the architecture of the collection of buildings that have begun to develop along St Kilda Road. So what that means for us is that we have quite a small building on the High Street side. We have the chance to increase the height outside of that, really mark the corner of High Street and St Kilda Road with the Magnolia building. And then sort of the third building works to sort of mediate between the sort of high and low of those two buildings, giving us a sort of third dramatic architectural form. But we love that. It gives us variation in the massing, gives us variation and opportunities in views and access to amenity, and obviously gives us great variation in the architectural built form, which we love as well.
Next up, Dave takes us through this amazing landscape project in Brighton, one of Melbourne's most exclusive suburbs.
Hey guys, I'm going to show you something amazing. This is the biggest and best job I've ever worked on. Let's go check it out. I can tell you how big this job is. This job is that big that we've had to break it up into 4 stages. So we've got one stage being the pool area behind me, second stage being the lawn area, garden area going up there. And then we've got all the driveways, that's stage 3. And then we have the tennis court and garden area around to the left, and that's stage 4. So we've just finished stage 1. We are in Brighton, and this is the biggest block in Brighton. We're just short of 2 acres here. To put a price on something like this, well, I don't know, but I know it's bloody huge. Excitement is, well, an understatement. When you roll up to a job like this, I mean, you get one of these jobs one in your lifetime. Having a big palatial house like this and getting to do a massive pool and big landscape like that, well, that's excitement for any landscape designer. We get to do it. This pool has absolutely everything. So we do have the spa. We've got a sauna sitting at the back here with a water slide that comes in. That's yet to be tiled at the moment because, let's be honest, it's a hard job at this stage. But we do have water features everywhere. I think there's like over 30 different water features that pop up. Plus we have like a laser feature that basically is like a laser light. And this goes to music as well. pretty much like the Crown Casino there. So let's just say it comes from America. It costs a fortune. It's the first time we've ever done it, but it was all about having fun, and that's what he wanted in this pool. Because it's such a long pool and such a wide pool, you needed something, so just having one colour in this pool wasn't going to work. So we felt that this gives you the length and shows you how long the pool is and sort of gives you that grandeur about it as well. So it's a nice touch. Look, I love it. It was my choice. So I think it's great. I haven't finished the job yet, but I'd love to put Franklin pools on the bottom of the pool, but he said no. But anyway... So one thing that you probably haven't noticed, that these cabanas here actually all have electric blinds on them, so they're all waterproof. So during winter time, if you're not using it, put the blinds down, stops all the dust. Being a big property here, this is absolutely perfect for here. So all automated. You see even up on top here's an automatic blind as well. So that, along with the copper roof, there's a lot of detail in all these rooms, but the theory is shut the pool cover over the top, pull the covers down over the cabanas. Let's not ruin the cushions, let's not ruin everything else. Come back next summer and use them again. It's very mature trees here. So we put the palm trees in. So we've got the Washington cotton palms here. They all come over from South Australia, so we put those in. We've got these beautiful repurposed lemon trees here. 60 years old these ones were, okay? So they've only been brought out of the house that was getting wrecked, cut down, looked after and been brought here. So, you know, there's a bit of a story when you're talking trees like that. And then even just the Ficus Hilli hedge at the back there, they're already 3 metres tall. So, you know, by the time we finish this job, this will be fully grown, and that's how we're doing the job all the way through. So not heaps of different species of plants, but everything here, because it's so large, stands out, and that's what we make sure that the bigger stuff, like the lemon trees, over the feature trees.
Now we can finally reveal House 4 from the block tree change.
Jesse, House 4. Well, this is the old part, and we're standing in the new part here. So you can see a lot of the period details on this part, can't you?
Yeah, they've done a great job. They're both carpenters, aren't they?
Yep.
So you can see that, the detail they've gone to with the wainscoting in that hallway, beautiful. They've also got that in the kids' bedroom. They've done a great job of continuing the hardy board into the ensuite as well.
Yep.
Just a continuation of the period detail from the wainscoting into the ensuite, just ties everything together.
It's quite different. Like, I do gotta say, like the ensuite, obviously walking down the hallway here, this is huge. This is something that, you know, any woman's gonna love. Well, a guy like yourself with all your watches and stuff like that would love as well, mate, you know? So I gotta say, it's quite spacious, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a very big home at the front, which you want, and it's period. The wide entrance hallway is great. The master wing in general is fantastic. I know they got criticised by the judges walking into the walk-in robe. How beautiful is that? Big double door, grand entrance.
Yeah.
That's what you want, isn't it?
Yeah. Again, let's go back to the bathrooms. The judges have slammed it. And you know what? They thought maybe a little bit boring, but you know what? This is, well, being a real estate agent, this is something that someone can come in and put their own personality on, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. Well, the buyer for this property is going to have the mansion in Stonington, in Bayside. Like, they don't want to come to a full country-style property that looks like it's 100 years old.
Yep.
They want to have the country feel, which they're getting by being out here in the bush. But they want to have the mod cons. They want to have nice updated bathrooms.
Yeah.
They want to have something that's not going to date and
Yeah.
something that is on trend, because that's what they're looking for.
Yeah. So what we're saying, old part, you and I both giving it thumbs up, pretty much.
Big tick.
All right, let's go check out the new part.
Can't wait.
New part, what do you think?
Dylan and Jenny, I feel, for all the criticism, really understood the brief for the country life.
I was going to say, the sheer size just of this room, let alone the kitchen, and again, as you say, like the butler's pantry, I haven't seen anything like that before, but I'm going to say one thing that stands out. It is quite a different colour, this kitchen, but I love it. It's, what would you say, olive, you reckon?
Yeah, olive is the colour, and I think it fits really well for the country lifestyle. They've got the brass handles, the shaker cabinetry. It's like a contemporary kitchen with a country feel, which is really hard to do.
So, Jesse, you are the real estate agent here, so how would you write this house up?
Well, it's always a cliche in the game that the kitchen is the heart of the home, but this one I really do feel is the heart. It's warm, soft finishes, the colour choices of the stone and the olive and the brass, lovely. And then this massive open plan living dining area is stunning, particularly the way it's orientated to the north with the overheight ceilings and the rake as well, tying in the brickwork. This will sell the property.
And the styling here?
The styling is 10 out of 10. I would have given them 3 10s if I was the judge. I could have won an extra 15 grand if I was on this season.
You know, you're getting really excited like you're at an auction just then because your voice just went up a little bit.
No,
so you really are passionate about the styling here.
Yeah, they've done a good job on the styling because this is their redo room. So they didn't get it right the first time. They were heavily criticised and then stepped up their game completely. Now it feels nice and warm and homely and welcoming. They've redone the Venetian plaster on the wall. That's a much better colour.
Okay, so selling this house?
Sold.
Sold? Straight away.
Boom.
So the deal, sold. That's what we're after.
Here's the deal, it's already sold.
All right, I'm out of here then. See ya.
Dave, I love this deck.
What did you say? I love this deck.
Mate, I love this big deck. Do you think when Dylan and Jenny were building this home, they were anticipating having this as like a wedding venue? Because this base is huge.
Mate, this is absolutely monster, isn't it? I mean, you've got deck around the front of the old part of the house, let alone here. Now, this, I'm guessing this is a couple of 100 metres, easy.
Easy, a couple of 100 metres.
Yeah.
Like, and the way it connects the indoor to outdoor, all year round you'll be using this space, particularly with that roof line.
Well, as you can see, there's still a lot of work happening here. And obviously, weather was one of the critical things that we had here. So, you know what? I've still got guys working around here, so there's still a bit to do.
Well, why don't you get back to work and finish this off?
Well, how about you sell the house and I don't have to work?
Yeah, fair enough, mate. We'll both get back to work.
Yeah, isn't it the deal? Jeez.
Thanks for watching. We hope you found some inspiration looking through these incredible homes and gardens. We certainly have. For more on the homes and behind the scenes, check out our Instagram and Facebook. See you next time for more Open Homes. On this episode of Open Homes, we see the latest in apartment living. This modern family home. This home taking advantage of its environment. And to finish, we'll see inside this incredible home.
Walking in that front door, it's everything and more than what I wanted to see in here.
Come with us as we step inside. First up, we're in Melbourne.
I tell you, I was pretty excited driving up to this building because it is absolutely incredible from the street with the 3 towers. What can we expect to see today?
Yeah, welcome to Sky Garden, Australia's largest residential air rights development. It is very unique in its own sense in that we're actually above a large-scale commercial shopping centre. There's 3 towers, 536 apartments, and we've utilised the rooftop as the landscape. Took the brief upon natural elements, so you've got metal, you've got water, and you've got fire, and which is why you see the external facade takes on a gold, a blue, and a pink feel.
It's also sort of representing, the different the sky hues of different time of the day. So being, the gold being the sunrise, and then the blue being, during the daytime, and then like the beautiful rose gold being the sunset color.
Well, I love that concept. Can't wait to see one of the apartments. Should we go and have a look?
Yeah,
We'll take you
let's
through.
go.
Thank you. I tell you what, it is quite refreshing to see such a bold choice of colours for the stone splashback and also for the joinery. Was that quite popular?
Yeah, it's actually surprisingly very, very popular. Usually, for apartment design, interior design, you just see like, a lighter one and then a darker one, which we do have, to appeal for a broader, appetite. But then, we have this one as a sky garden color scheme, which you can see has a bit of the beautiful, like a gray and blue hue to it, and also have a touch of green to it. Very, very special.
Because it's Sky Garden, it was imperative that we use natural materials. So if you look around, you've got natural stone, you've got timber joinery, natural timber floors, and all of the metalwork is actually milled brass, which is all the gold accents throughout the apartment.
Yeah, you can see all the handles are absolutely beautiful and they tie so well in with the timber grain. The apartment itself has been absolutely incredible, but I'm really excited to see the Sky Garden.
Come on, let's go, you'll be impressed.
The name, Sky Garden, it makes so much sense now standing in this beautiful space.
Isn't it? So like I said, we have a 4,000 square meters garden, and it's actually similar size to a city botanical garden. Can you imagine there are over 12,000 different types of plants and shrubs?
Well, I know working in real estate, when you're selling apartments, a lot of concern people have is there's no outdoor space.
Yeah.
This completely alleviates that concern. Not only is it a little bit, you feel so comfortable out here.
And what we've actually done in the design is we've created little intimate spaces. There's alcoves throughout where there's study spaces, there's outdoor dining, entertainment, and one of the features is a herb garden. So we've got the Owners Corporation, which manage the herb garden. They've got a monthly menu of what's, tomatoes and herbs and vegetables, and everyone gets out there. There's subcommittees for entertainment and gardening, and everyone gets really involved in this community.
Up next, this modern family home. Next up, we're in Donnybrook, about 30 kilometres north of the Melbourne CBD.
Vish, it's a beautiful home that you've built here. And my understanding is Home Space Builds, you guys are custom home builders.
Yes, we are. We do build houses based on the needs that our clients bring on the table. So basically, everybody has specific needs depending on their family. So we do sit with them, go through every aspect of their family dynamics, their lifestyle, and we try to incorporate the house based on that.
Well, you can tell that it looks like the client's been thinking about future-proofing the home. So I noticed the second sitting room in the front, but then also the guest bedroom on the ground floor had its own ensuite.
Yes, so I guess with double stories, when you're having families living together, so there's multi-generations from young to elderly. So to cater both, let's say for an example, if somebody has a kid that plays footy, might get hurt, so won't be able to climb up. So for them or the elderly who has a hip problem or something. So we do try to provide them with a space where everything is easily connected.
Well, this space is really beautiful. It's so big and spacious and open plan. And I like the juxtaposition of the kitchen as well, rather than just all in a row, kitchen, dining, living. This sort of L configuration works really well.
Yes, because for an example, like I'm a woman, if I'm cooking in a kitchen, I want to watch what's happening on TV. I mean, like cooking is interesting, it's beautiful, but I mean, I would still want to have a TV, like, you know, sometimes it can get boring.
Yes.
So I guess, and after I think COVID, we'll want to socialize and have people over because we are so over being with ourselves, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
So this place works as in family living plus entertainment area as well.
And what's the size of this home?
It's 40 squares, and in 40 squares, we got 5-bedroom, theatre, study, 2 living, and lots of storage.
Do you have standard plans that sort of work with most size blocks in the area and then you customise those plans, or you can just go from scratch if someone wants?
We go from scratch because we usually build on very unusual blocks, so like with falls and slopes. Personally, I like to build a house which are more kind of suitable to the sunlight, natural light.
Thank you so much, Vish, for showing me through a beautiful home that you've built here, and I can't wait to see what you do next.
Next up, this future-proof home in Mermaid waters on the Gold Coast. We're in Mermaid waters on the Gold Coast today, and I'm going to show you through a home that feels like it encapsulates that easy breezy living that this big coastal town is so famous for. Feels like I'm on holidays here. How long have you lived here?
So we've been here about 12 months. So we've moved to the Gold Coast perhaps 2 years ago, and yeah, sort of found this place as the ideal place to settle from moving away from Sydney.
Yeah, fair enough. I mean, it is the most beautiful place on earth. I'm a local, so I can say it.
It is
arguably.
gorgeous.
Yeah. So what drew you to the Gold Coast specifically?
So I'm from Lennox Head originally, so right on the beach. It's, you know, difficult to find a spot so close to the beach these days, and this is probably as close as we could get. And yeah, beautiful weather, just love it up here.
Love it. And what drew you to this particular home?
So I think the space for us, so we came from a small apartment in Sydney with beautiful ocean views, but very, very small. And we got a second dog during COVID, and obviously it got a little bit hectic. So we sort of, you know, wanted something that had some space and mostly, you know, neighbours far enough away that you get a bit of sunlight in through your windows, which is, yeah, what we love about this place, I think.
I've actually never bought a place that I could just move into and it feel completely finished. So that's a bit of a privilege. Did you have to make any additions?
So, I mean, mostly we will eventually, I think, you know, think about how we want the sort of side, upstairs and downstairs to connect a little bit better. But we just sort of want to have a little bit of a break, I think, and having, you know, big move. We love it the way it is. So the main things, I think that, you know, just to cover us over a few years, were aircon, coming from Sydney, not Queenslanders, can't, my partner particularly, have to have the aircon in, and then therefore we sort of had to definitely put solar.
Yeah, okay.
So solar was definitely a big priority, make the most of the sun. We've got a flat roof. You know, I'm not sure what the insulation's like. It does get a little bit hot, so we've got those solar panels to definitely absorb all that heat on this flat roof and definitely make use of, you know, don't have to feel guilty about running the aircon all day.
You've also got some really interesting furniture items. Talk to me about those.
So I'd say these are kind of a labour of love. So it sort of started, my partner's Italian, and he was very much into, or is very much into design. So he's probably introduced me to a few pieces. I think in his lifetime, he's sort of bought some nice pieces from space, and we've kind of added to those elements. So upstairs, we're definitely trying to keep to the sort of Italian quality design a little bit better.
And then the large scale floor lamp feels like a piece of art.
Yeah, so the Arco lamp, that's, yeah, an original.
Yeah. And a classic.
And a classic, yeah, that's
it's
it.
nice to be able to have the sorts of pieces that you know you'll have for a very long time, and that they'll sort of stand the length of time in any context, whether you move or you want to move them around. And I love how you've incorporated sort of antique pieces into the mix.
So that's from Valeria's family, some 16th century Italian sort of fairly heirloom, and there's another desk that we've got sort of further out the back. But yeah, so sticking to the Italian sort of theme.
Well, it feels very coastal out here. Really feels like I'm on holidays. Is this your favourite part of the house?
It is, absolutely. We love the pool. The back of the house has just got, as you said, that coastal summery vibe. We're out here every weekend for hours and hours in the morning. Absolutely love it.
And it's a total bonus to be able to have that completely self-contained downstairs area. As you say, it gives you so many more options in terms of entertaining, being able to house guests for long periods of time, but it also gives you that option to be able to Airbnb it.
That's it, absolutely. I think that was kind of when we moved up, my partner sort of was starting a business. I still work in Sydney. We weren't quite sure how that was going to go longer term. Lucky for us, his business is booming and it's worked out with work. So we haven't actually Airbnb it yet, but yeah, just to have the option.
Yeah.
You know, it's obviously, yeah, great to have, you know, my parents come down here and stay and like to have their own little space, and Dad's a big breakfast person. We're not, so he can serve himself, and yeah, no, it works out well.
I love that. Well, it's an awesome space and love the house. Thank you so much for showing us through.
No worries. Thank you so much for coming.
Up next, we'll reveal this amazing home. Now we can finally reveal this house in South Australia.
Well, you guys know I love mid-century architecture, and I'm here in the Adelaide foothills to visit an amazing home with a modern interpretation on that era. Mate, I'm super excited to see this house. I mean, walking up to it, seeing that mid-century facade's got me all the feels. I can't wait to get in there and check it out. But even straight away, we've got that full glass front. I mean, it's got such a feature. I just absolutely love it.
Yeah, thanks, Jimmy, and welcome to one of our latest builds in Wattle Park. It's certainly a beautiful home with many features that we can show you today.
We've got so many different textures and products used throughout just this front section. I mean, we've got block, we've got brick, we've got standing seam cladding. I mean, it all works perfectly together.
Yeah, it works really well, Jimmy, and the raked roof and the raked ceilings, the skillion roof with all those materials creates this really lineal finish to this whole big wide front elevation. I mean, we've got 29 metre frontage here and a big block to work with.
Mate, walking in that front door, it's everything and more than what I wanted to see in here. I mean, going from the polished concrete to the dark walnut timbers, everything in here just complements each other so perfectly.
Yeah, it really does, Jimmy. I mean, that entry with that huge rake ceiling in there and walking up through the polished or the burnished concrete through here. It's got underfloor heating underneath, which keeps it warm inside, but gives it that beautiful burnished concrete look, and then coupled with some rake ceilings in here as well. The high ceilings in general with the big glazing is a really beautiful part of the home.
And the devil's in the detail in this house. I mean, we've got a 2 steps going up into that living area, but we've got the header of the windows and the doors all at the same height, so it just creates that beautiful lineal feel.
Yeah, absolutely, mate. And the steps that you mentioned there and the burnished concrete as well, so that was a little detail we had to get right. And the tracks of the doors as well are recessed into the slab, so the external tiles of the alfresco there and the internal concrete are at the same level, giving it that really smooth internal-external finish.
Coming in that front entrance, I mean, the combination of the timber door, the stack bond brickwork, the black handrail, it's warm and it's homely and it's such a welcoming entry.
Yeah, you're spot on, Jimmy. There's just feature after feature in that entryway, isn't there? And that stack bond brickwork actually wraps around that wall into one of the bedrooms as well. So it gives a beautiful feature in the entry and in one of the bedrooms.
And even standing here, mate, I cannot take my eyes off that beautiful dining table. I mean, you walk through this house and the styling is done to a T. It's all that mid-century feel, and it gives you that, it feels like a time warp nearly, but you just know the furniture is of high quality and just done perfectly.
Yeah, absolutely, Jimmy. Our customers had a really clear understanding of how they wanted this house to come together, and you can really see that through this living area and the kitchen and that table, which ties in with the walnut colours of the kitchen and the black features and the concrete and everything like that. It really all comes together.
It does come together very nicely. And I mean, this kitchen bench, it's one of those ones that you want to touch because it's such a beautiful piece of stone, and they've nailed it. It's absolutely beautiful.
They sure have, mate. It's a one-off piece of stone there that no one else will ever have in their house. It's a beautiful feature of the kitchen, and the waterfall end there dropping down and meeting that burnished concrete really just makes that whole island bench sing.
And this outdoor area, those timber eaves are wrapped right around the house into the ceiling for this space, which is really a nice way of bringing the front out to the back. And I mean, we've got that black standing seam cladding, the black outdoor kitchen, the bricks, everything, all of the black really does make a nice feature against the concrete.
Yeah, it certainly does, Jimmy. Like you say, the soffit lining here of the alfresco and the eaves all done in the Western red cedar. We've got the black feature speakers, the black feature fan there with the downlights as well, the standing seam in the black as well, and then this beautiful outdoor kitchen with the finished off really nicely with the black outdoor iconic PowerPoints from Clipsal.
And I mean, who would have thought a PowerPoint could be a feature of an outdoor area? But it really works well. I mean, traditionally your outdoor PowerPoint was a big, bulky, white, ugly-looking feature, but these are so sleek and slim. They've got that beautiful look about them. And I mean, this backyard area is so functional. I mean, we've got plenty of grass for the kids to play on, a beautiful pool area that's all sort of tied into that single space, but there's so much space.
Yeah, there is a lot of space out here, mate. We've got multiple areas where you can use out here and entertain: the alfresco, the patio here, the decking, the grass, the pool.
It's a beautiful backyard for our customer to live in for many years to come.
Well, mate, thanks for having me. I've absolutely loved this house. I mean, I love mid-century, and it is done to a T. I mean, for every feature throughout the house really does give that nod to the era. So thanks for having me. I've really enjoyed it.
It's been a pleasure, Jimmy. Love showing you through the house.
Thanks for watching. We hope you found some inspiration looking through these incredible homes and gardens. We certainly have. For more on the homes and behind the scenes, check out our Instagram and Facebook. See you next time for more Open Homes.